All right. Let me know if this music is too loud, because Andromeda gets pretty crazy with this music, I think.
I love the opening theme, though, honestly.
I do too. I think I am going to turn down the music just a little, because it's pretty loud in my ears. Okay. Oh, Phoenix! Hey, buddy.
Crescendo. Oh, hey, Phoenix. Thank you for joining.
All right, I'm gonna. How many load games? Okay, start a new game, custom character. Let's do this.
We are
hey,
ready.
Fossilcorn.
Fossilcorn, good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, or wherever you're at. Thanks for joining.
Okay, I'm gonna play. I'm still undecided if I want to play Sarah or Scott. I kind of want to do Sarah, but at the same time, I think I like Scott's voice actor more. So I don't know which. I don't know.
I like them both. I really thought I was going to like Frida Wolf more than I liked her. And all due respect to the lovely and talented Miss Frida Wolf, she does a great job. Tom Taylorson, however, holy crap. I mean, like, he's one of my new favorite voice actors, period. Everyone says he just sounds like Nolan North, which there's a bit of a similarity, but I don't think he sounds just like Nolan North.
I think I'm going to go with female. All right. Okay, I do
it's midnight for Fossilcorn. Okay, late night stream.
Oh, boy. Okay, I do have a plan with this. I'm going to go with head 10. Because I like looking like your parents, and I'm like 90% sure that when you slap complexion 7 on this, that this is the Ellen Ryder face.
Oh, okay. That works.
I kind of want to go with that. I'm going to change hairstyles. Make her bald right now. All right.
I do the same thing when I do character creator. Like I will just basically turn everything to the most generic, including bald, and then kind of go from there.
Well, for me, like I feel like if I make it with the hairstyle, I get really married to it, and so when I want to change it, it feels weird suddenly. So making it bald, that I don't know, helps with that. Yeah, see, definitely looks like Ellen.
It does. Yeah, I feel like in order to really, and I'm like, I mean, you're probably the same way, especially with the Inquisition character creator, which I think is great, which is part of the reason why I don't know how this character creator got to such shit. I just don't understand when game companies go backwards in such a remarkable way. But anyway, how far into the stream are we? 3 minutes and I'm already
yeah. Which the hair choices, I will say that the hair choices were pretty good for the females, but the male hair choices sucked. I don't know what it was about it, but
there's a couple that are okay, I get, but it's not enough. Like, there shouldn't be 1 or 2 good hair options. There should be many.
Do you have a personal favorite hairstyle?
For the female one, you can choose the one that's basically the same as default Sarah Ryder, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the one that's like a slightly higher ponytail. I think that one, those are the 2 that I think are the best.
Oh, I hate that higher tail pony one. That one looks weird, I think.
I mean, unless we're thinking of separate ones, is it this? I can't remember.
I think I'm gonna go with the like a little wider. Whoa, too wide. Okay.
Fossilcorn says, with the males, you had the choice between hipster indie fashion model or balding middle-aged trucker.
I don't doubt that. I like putting the mouth in a little bit because I feel like they, when they talk, they purse their lips really weirdly, and that really bugs me.
I don't know if I've ever noticed that specifically, but that's now that you said that, it's going to be those cannot unsee things.
Should I go with the square jaw or kind of round it out a little bit? An Aveline or like the anti-Aveline?
Maybe like in between. I tend to, I don't know if you do this also, I tend to stay away from like the last 2 settings of any slider because I feel like it's too much.
See, I like having weird features. Like I've brought her eyes really forward because I think that looks kind of cool.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Except for what's the one quirk? Like every character I make, they have to have one noticeable quirk, or I guess you could call it an imperfection, although it doesn't have to be. So I'd say jaw a little bit wider, somewhere 15 or less.
Little. All right, now let's get crazy with the nose because I love me some noses. Wow.
Let's do it. Thank you, Corey Koopa, for the 1 year anniversary wishes. So yeah, this is, I mean, technically this is our 1 year anniversary celebration stream. Is that a good term for it?
Yeah, I think that is. Which we just recorded a podcast today, and it reminded me a lot of our first episode because it was basically the same. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with that.
This is actually pretty good. She looks distinct enough to not be generic.
Yes. Okay. I did want to use which one? A different complexion. I wanted to use this one because it has a tattoo mod associated with it. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's possible, as the chat mentioned. So, are we going to go more off topic than usual?
I would go crazy, but
is that even possible considering the range of topics on Split the Veil is anywhere from like stormtroopers to dicks to Alex Jones?
Oh God,
dicks.
I'm okay with no more Alex Jones. I kind of like. I've done this a couple times, like redo this face, because this is what I kind of know what I want. So I think I'm going to do this hairstyle with like a grayish color. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I technically have a mod for the hair colors, so it's going to be a little bit off. But I don't know. I wasn't really fond of the strange hair colors in this game, and normally I would be into that. So.
Yeah, I found some of the blues and stuff like that to be a bit... Yeah, I couldn't quite... I don't know if they were just too bright or what it was, but something about them was off-putting.
Can I also say how much I hate this color picker? It's so finicky.
Oh, forget trying to do the exact Andromeda Initiative blue.
Oh.
Because I memorized what the RGB value was, so if I changed it, I could change it back, but you're right, it's so finicky.
Okay, this also has a makeup mod installed, so things aren't so weird. It's gonna go black.
So are we RP? I mean, this is weird, right? So she has grayer hair. Is that just like a personal expression choice? It's not like old Ryder?
Oh, no. No, this is a 40-year-old Ryder. She was adopted with her younger twin. Nah. I was just thinking that, like, I don't know, like, dyeing your hair gray, like a silver, isn't too uncommon even now. So I guess that's where I'm going with this.
She's a bit White Wolf. She's a bit Siri.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a future reference.
Maybe like a light blue. Right in between the eyes there. Lipstick. I can never see, so let's really make it wild for like a hot second so I can tell what I'm looking at. Let's see.
Macavar, hello. Thanks for joining. He says,
hello.
I just started playing Andromeda for the first time a few days ago. So that's a good time to play. You've gotten all the patches. You've got some of the improvements. So hopefully you're enjoying it.
Hold on. Someone just said, Pathogen 7. I'm watching you. Aveline equals Jay Leno. Come on. I'm thinking like of this color of lipstick. Kind of like a mod. Well... glossy. There we go. That looks like a mild. I think I'm gonna do no blush. I also have a tattoo mod. I have all sorts of mods. And I wanted to put... These are kind of like Dragon Age inspired tattoos, if you couldn't tell. So, I think in here is the hawk stripe. Somewhere. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't even know they had this mod.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I just kind of liked this stripe down the face. So... I'm gonna go for that.
Yo, that's dope.
Okay.
Yeah, every time I create pretty much every time I've created a female character, I set all makeup to 0 because anytime I try and move those sliders, it just looks terrible. I know that's like the most gender-specific stereotype. I'm sorry for any gentlemen out there who are just excellent with makeup. I'm not. The one time that one character, which is basically a modded texture for Inquisitor Llewellyn, they actually had the makeup sliders like put these, and I'm like, okay, we'll follow this to the exact the letter.
I wish there was De La Shell Vaseline for the game. I would download that. For like a half second, I thought, well, I'm just going to get all of the Dragon Age inspired mods and just pretend this is Dragon Age for like way too long. But that's really far. Oh, let me fuck with the hair. Is it set 10? Nope. There we go. Okay. I didn't fuck too much around with the male face, so this might look pretty similar to the normal. Sorry we're spending like, I don't know, 10 minutes and I'm almost done. That's not too bad. I thought we were going to be here for like 30 minutes and I have to apologize every 5 minutes.
No, this is like quick. I mean, first of all, I know you said you kind of pre-planned what you were going for, but for our Sarah Ryder, that's way better than I would have done in the same amount of time because I'm OCD and character creator.
Well, this took me days, keep in mind. So.
Okay, so that's why I came. Okay.
Yeah, like I had days in character creator of just like, what am I gonna do? Like, no offense against guys with weak chins, but I feel like all of the male presets have extremely weak chins, and it's just like...
They're trying to be inclusive.
Yeah, but like, they're all of them, you know? I don't know. Get a nice mix. Chin height, chin width. She kind of had some jaw, so I'll do that. Watch like the dad not look anything like this now.
All of the custom dad riders are kind of frightening to me. I just always want the original one.
I don't think I've ever seen Head 10's father, so this will be interesting. Let's pump his eyes up to the front. Maybe a little bit back.
What do they both have? Gray eyes?
Well, I think it's supposed to be brown, but I think the texture I'm using kind of adds a little bit of gray to it, so it just kind of does whatever it wants. But I don't know, I just really hate the custom, or the vanilla eye texture.
Yeah, I'm the same. I have, I can't remember the mod creator. She does so many texture stuff. It's one of the main modders for Andromeda stuff.
little pursy lips. Oh yeah, the elf ears and origins. That if you have, there's a mod to get those elf ears like pop out, and that's probably one of the first mods I downloaded because it's, I don't know, the fact that you hide them behind her hair. It's like, am I even an elf? Because I just look like a short human at this point.
Yeah, maybe some people like that. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of want my elves to look a little less elfy, but still elfy.
It looks sort of similar. Let's look at the complexions here. That's a sad boy. That's a scarred boy. That's an old boy. It's an angry boy. Freckle boy. Eyebrow boy. Sunburnt.
Oh, so these are all modded as well.
Some of them. Some of them are vanilla. I just don't like those eyebrows. That one's a mod. That's like a Cullen-esque thing. But it just looks a bit weird with the non-white complexion there. I kind of liked the first one, actually. We'll do that. Okay.
9's actually not bad.
Which one was 9? Yeah, 9's not bad. I don't know. I think I just like... There's like a hint of a beard on 0, and I think I kind of like... Because the beards in this game are the worst! Ugh!
Yeah, they are. No, it's not. And there's like the one mod that sort of makes them a little bit fuller and noticeable. It's like, yeah, it's okay.
I hate the texture more than anything. Like, look, that didn't even match. Like the texture of the sideburn to like the bald cap. I don't know.
Oh, that's the most frustrating thing ever. Like the
Right?
sideburns don't line up. Oh, that's infuriating.
All right, let's look at some hairs. Use more beard. Yes, sweetie. Mr. Gill is my husband, by the way. I should not some creepy stalker.
He's official. He's like canon, Mr. Gill. He's the only one.
I like him having trouble with the hair color. I can't see. Let's make him a pink real quick, just because I can't see it. God, I forgot how much I really hate these hair for men. Well, let's... The hairline is just weird on this one.
It is.
I think I might just go with the bald cap. That honestly just looked a lot better.
Are we doing pink hair? Is that what's happening?
No, I think I'm gonna go back with black. Or maybe I can... No, I don't really like any of the... Now, if I didn't mod it for pink, I might choose a red, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with black. I think it just looks better. Definitely not doing facial hair. Eyes, we're just gonna go brown.
So for those in the chat, I probably should have asked this earlier. Do we have a preference between Scott and Sarah Ryder? What do you guys normally do? Do you normally pick Sarah? Do you normally pick Scott? Custom Ryder, default Ryder?
Does it make it look glossy? No. Okay. Reacts to Inquisition characters is one of my favorite things ever. See, Michael, you have some fans. I think I'm gonna give him the same. I think he this mod actually has different tattoos for the different sexes. Where is this? Oh, that's kind of cool with the behind the ear. You can't really see it with the head sculpt though.
Yeah, you can kind of see it, but it's not... Actually, it's kind of nice that it's not noticeable in a way.
Yeah. Got Fenris. I don't really like the eye drop one. Like, planets. That's like a Dragon Age one. Oh, should I give him the hawk swipe?
I mean, I'm a sucker for the hawk swipe. Some of these subtle ones are nice, though, also.
Well, it kind of looks like a gash, which I kind of like.
It looks like a scar more than anything.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Would Jordan be playing DI on the next live stream? Oh, maybe.
That could be epic.
Oh, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna confirm that. Okay, so wait, did I? Okay. I like him. Okay. Should I keep the Sarah name, or should I do something else?
I kind of do like when they call you by the first name.
Okay, well, oops. Okay. I think we're ready to go. Because we have the custom history, we have all the things. Oh, training, there we go. Which is the one that gives you the little drone? I'm not... Is that technician?
I think so, yeah. Or maybe it's operative.
Operative?
No, it should be technician.
Technician. Doesn't say it
Or
immediately.
it's not, yeah, I don't think that... Maybe that's not a starting one, I don't think. Because all the starting powers are pretty unique.
I kind of hate biotics. Simple. I think I'm going to go with technician. All right. Let's do it. I am going to play on easy because I'm a super scrub. All right, we're doing it, guys. Let's go. You should do it, Fusselcorn, because that's exactly what I did with Michael. He doesn't. I called Michael a she. I'm sorry, sweetie. He doesn't give a shit about it. Yeah, I don't know what happened with default Sarah, but like
every great moment in our history.
God, I forgot how loud this is. The default Sarah looks a little bit off, and I don't know how.
Each bold leap forward was achieved by those willing to do anything to attain it.
Oh, I modded the shit out of this, by the way, so prepare yourselves.
Leaving behind families, homes, the very birthplace of our species. Some for discovery, to see the unknown, others
Ooh.
for a new start. But today, whatever our reasons, we take the first steps toward a new future for humanity. Today, we begin to make our dream reality.
Not so smart guy. I just have to say I love this moment. I know it sounds somewhat cynical to say like it maybe gets to be disappointing from this point forward, but the potential for what Andromeda could have been was so high when you're watching this for the first time. Clancy Brown, who's the voice of Alec Ryder, just crushes it with that opening speech. Like I still get chills when I watch it, and like I think the score it's underutilized in Andromeda, but it's a really strong score. And goddamn, I love that opening.
I would argue that the first like maybe an hour of the game, like after you get off the first planet and you have to go find what happened to the other arcs, then you're like, all right. Then it kind of takes a dive. But I don't know. I think the opening of the game is really solid. Like I was pretty stoked when I was playing this for the first time at like 3 a.m. because it took me that long to do a character creator when the game came out.
Yeah. No, it's I think the first mission kind of almost feels like, I don't know, like almost like a different dev team. It feels like a vertical slice of what they intended the game to be.
Really does. I also thought the a lot of the the Angara home planet, like that, I liked a lot of the stuff there too.
I wish it had been bigger as far as Aya, but yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, I wish we could explore more of the not the volcanic area.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how stupid it looks when animated. I normally don't really like
the thing where we restart.
Yeah, she just like she pops up. I'm like, oh nope.
I'm like, oh god, oh no.
I don't hate it. We made it. Now I don't know why my outfit is black. That
You're gonna want to take it easy.
I've been taking
Something
it
with the
easy for
mods.
600
Maybe.
years.
I don't know what I downloaded.
Recon
No, she looks
specialist,
good. I
Pathfinder
think this is
mission team.
Pathfinder team, eh? The ones finding us a home.
Can you make it somewhere tropical? Nice, warm ocean, summer year-round?
How about we get her a cup of coffee first?
What if I don't like coffee? My immersion is just broken.
What if I don't like? Oh, listen, you know what? Sort yourself out, bucko, if you don't like coffee.
I don't like coffee!
Sort yourself out, Katie.
Oh.
Sarah Ryder, let's
Yeah, I don't know what I did with the black, but it's working.
After discovering an unusually high ratio,
You can see the tattoos on my arms there.
worlds, the Helios cluster was selected as our destination.
Yeah, you get it, sweetie.
Now you are a part of the first wave of arcs arriving in Andromeda, our new home for humanity.
Oh, see another.
Makes it sound
This is
so
where the
easy,
fandom falls
doesn't it?
apart. Tea versus coffee. Okay, now you said let's do more professional because that sounded less cringy. So that's what we're gonna go
Even
for.
if it isn't,
I'm thinking so, yeah.
we'll be ready. I hope so. You know something? Word came down. The Pathfinder wants you all mission ready within the hour. Look this way. Why the rush? He didn't say. But something's
I have
up.
to fight you for my job.
Okay, everything checks out. Just one more thing before I send you on your way.
Yeah,
Let's test
people
your
love
salmon
tea.
plan.
I mean, look, I love tea. I'm a
Sam,
huge tea
are you
drinker for
monitoring?
sure, but coffee, man, that's tea.
Sam,
Tea is when
are
you need
you
to enjoy
online?
something. Coffee
Yes,
is when
Dr.
it's time to
Sparrow.
get through the day
Good
and
morning,
possibly
Sam.
enjoy
Are
it
you
on the
feeling
weekend.
well?
We are playing PC and we have a shit ton of mods. I'm not gonna ask questions because we know we get it.
Ready to get to it.
Readings confirmed. I detect an increased level of adrenaline in your system. The neural implant is functioning properly.
Can't explore space without my coffee. You're all done. Let's get you on your way. Though you may want to hang around while we revive your brother. It always helps to see a familiar face.
Oh, we
I
got
don't like
one
the
Liam
sound of
fan in the
that.
chat.
He's not bad. I just think that there's I don't know, it could have been done better, which I think is my complaint for the entire game. I think we should have a game of can you spot the mod? Like what in here is modded?
What's happening?
I mean, there's already a couple of things with the
That was a
with the
joke!
apparel.
Sorry. Look at fucking Liam. Look what he's. Oh god.
Also, his modded outfit, which I'm just like, wait, so did he go into the stasis pod wearing that?
That's what I want to believe. That's why I downloaded
I think
that.
so. What happened?
Oh damn,
We're
you
not
did
sure.
mod the crap out of
Sensors
this.
are
Look at
scrambled.
Cora.
But
Yeah.
it's good to see you're up.
Uh,
Feels like centuries since
There
we
is some
spoke.
modder that like does a lot of face masks, and I'm obsessed with her work. Like I think like she does things for like
You
all
heard
of the
us?
Dragon
Let's
Age
get-
games, all of
we
the
have a
Mass
problem
Effect
over here.
games, and they're amazing.
It's
So I
Ryder.
pretty much all of the face masks for the companions are going to be for her. Her name's like Elise or something on the Nexus.
That's the one. That's the one I was thinking. She does one for
Yeah.
eyes
I don't
also.
know.
I think
Have
that's
to
the
check
eye
it
mod
out.
that I use as well.
It might be the one I'm using too.
Sarah.
And there's actually 3 or
Is my
4
brother
different
okay?
eye retextures for
fine.
Andromeda, and
His
that's the
vitals
best
are
one. I've
strong,
tried them all.
But the revival procedure was interrupted.
When can he wake up?
We don't want to rush it. Sam,
My connection to Scott's implant was suspended. However, his pulse, respiration, and brain activity are all normal.
to be on the safe side, we'll need to keep him in a low-level coma for a while. Then let his body regain consciousness naturally. He'll be fine.
Glad to hear it.
Thanks, Lexi. Keep us updated.
All right.
Ryder, I'll wait for you at the door whenever you're ready to go.
I don't know much of Natalie Dormer's work, but I also hear Natalie Dormer. I mean, if I'm really frantic with the mouse movements and I'm making people nauseous, let me know. I will try to
ready?
contain it.
What's wrong?
Are you going mouse? I don't know why. I assumed you were going controller, but you're going mouse keyboard.
Oh, mouse keyboard. I can't handle controllers.
Hey, up here! Whatever hit the arc fried everything. We have to balance the power.
You know, that's a weird thing too, because I mean, I definitely like mouse keyboard for a lot of stuff, and
Ryder
like
could
I
find
played
it. He
Witcher
has a
1
scanner.
and 2
Quick, Ryder, use it
with
to
like,
locate
you
the
know,
vault.
PC purists,
On
right,
it.
and mouse and
I'll
keyboard.
try to
What
get
are you
readings
talking
on
about?
this.
And then when I got to 3, I realized some of the subtlety of the strafing in combat and stuff like that. It's so much better with the controller. It's one of the few instances that I've actually preferred a controller for literally anything.
There.
I guess I don't like. I own a controller, but I don't know. Every time I use it, it feels weird because I'm not used to it. So that's why I just, I don't know, go for that over a keyboard any day.
Fun fact, Mass Effect 1, although it was really designed to be done with a controller, the PC controls are different. You have individual squad mate
Close?
control on PC, whereas you don't have that on console.
Oh,
adventure
that's
begins.
interesting.
Yeah.
Your dad'll see it that way.
Let's go see how Nightmarish or whoa. Okay,
Go ahead
Cora.
and take us to the bridge.
I should say
Oh, did
Jordan
she catch up?
will watch.
There she goes.
Yeah, she just falls from the ceiling. Jordan's watching the stream with you guys, so he's just a little bit behind. So,
It's not too bad, though. It's pretty much in the same space. It's not confusing. If it was worse, it would be kind of confusing.
hopefully the mods aren't too atrocious. I try to aim for more natural mods.
Helm control, report.
I'm hoping that they're not all natural mods. I'm hoping you surprise me with one that's just ridiculous.
There's not that many ridiculous ones though for this
First
game.
priority is stopping these outages.
Like if there was like there's a Shrek mod for Origins. If we were playing Origins, I would 100% download that.
What's our position?
It's teleporting corner. I don't know. It
Lost
might be.
telemetry.
Sam, we
Doesn't
need
look
eyes
too
out there.
bad.
Attempting to adjust sensor array.
He has some beautiful
Alan, please.
eyelashes
You may
though.
be Pathfinder, but this is my ship.
Captain, the protocol's clear.
Oh, okay.
In the absence
There's
of
Dad Ryder. This looks
communication
like
with the
kind of a
nexus the
younger
other arcs,
Dad
we
Ryder in a
proceed
weird
to our
way.
appointed
A little
golden
bit.
world. Solid ground.
If it's even out there.
Yeah,
Nobody
this is
said
maybe like the
anything about
youngest
running
looking
into an
Dad
energy
Ryder I've
cloud.
seen.
And that's just a wild guess what we hit.
I can't get over these eyelashes. I'm sorry. It looks like like 16-year-old
Alec, I need to assess
Alec
the
Ryder
damage. Stop the
accidentally
bleeding.
knocked up his girlfriend Ellen.
People asleep on this ship.
I know I did have
Oh,
one
chance
mod on
to
one of
wake
my
up.
playthroughs where the same.
Can you
Scott
blame her?
Ryder's eyelashes were just
She is
long
the
and
captain.
luscious. You just
I
couldn't
think she
believe
gets
it.
the
I was
final
sitting there going
word.
like,
Well,
what the heck
she might.
happened?
This isn't about having the final
That's what's
word.
happening right now.
Yes, sir.
We're coming through.
Oh, no. I don't even want to joke about young daddies. I feel too weird about it.
Is that our golden world?
Oh, God.
That's Habitat 7.
Chilling with the
New
controller
Earth,
is
if
really
we're lucky.
nice. I just don't have any comfortable chairs in my house, so I like it's all the same.
All
to
of
me.
our long-range scans told us it was in the green zone. Perfect for human settlement.
It doesn't even look the same.
She's right. It looks pretty dicey from here. Are we sure about those scans?
It's a good question.
Things can change. It's been 600 years. Sam,
The energy from the phenomenon is damping our senses. Planetary conditions are unknown.
we're marooned. 20,000 souls adrift at sea. And when the power runs out and stays out,
God, the game really does look
We need to
phenomenal,
know
though.
if that's
Overall,
safe
like that's one of those things where, for all of
And if it's
Andromeda's
not?
faults, like visually, it is
as Pathfinder,
clearly
it'll be my
stunning
job
in
to
a lot
find
of
an
places.
alternative. It's what we trained for.
I think it really shines in
But
the
if this goes
environments
well-
specifically.
We are already home.
I think that people's eyes are kind of too big for my taste, so it kind of
Alright,
looks a little
just
bit
make it
weird.
quick.
But
Yeah, a
Rest
bit,
of the
but
team
still
should be awake by
lighting
now.
and,
Haven't
you know,
sped up
some
two
of the skin
shuttles.
textures are
Landed
really
for
good.
1:30.
no, at
Yes,
least
sir.
I don't know if we want to get into this already, but like what they've shown of Anthem, I think the
Stubborn one,
faces
isn't
look
he?
really nice.
No one ever said Dad was a diplomat.
Well, yeah, they kind of
But
have
his
to,
skills
right? Like they weren't
never
going to
his
make that
strong
mistake
suit.
again.
Oh yeah, that's
Just
true.
as long as he knows what he's doing. It's not like the cavalry's coming to save the day. I need an ETA on our sensor repairs.
I
We're
don't know
blind
that
out
much
here.
about Andromeda lore. Like I'm really like I can't read codex entries in game. Like I just get so bored and I can't handle it. So I don't really know that much, but of what I
That's why
do
they hate
know,
that
there's a
missed
lot
this.
of unanswered
Are
questions.
all the Riders adrenaline junkies?
I guess it's in
Yeah,
our
I
blood.
think they did some things intentionally
born
where
a little
they
ahead of
wanted to, you know, they wanted to leave it
know that
open-ended,
feels.
Corey and Arc, et cetera, and so then they kind of never
Don't
got
worry.
to close
I'm
those
sure
loops.
Scott will pull through.
Yeah. and
See,
when he
this is
does,
where
no
Michael's
one
trying
hears
to
stories.
So, let's get out there.
check
and
his
find
great
everyone.
potential in Origins.
Right. You'll want to get your helmet. And maybe stop at the good luck rock before we go.
Oh, you can see the
What?
eyes.
It's an old superstition of your dad.
Like you see the tongue moving. Anyway, let's go check out that rock.
Oh, it's the best part of the prologue is the freaking rock.
Dad's rock.
Analysis indicates alkali feldspar and quartz, common.
Good luck, Rock, huh?
Your dad was
Scan
down
everything.
climbing back on Earth. It caught him from falling.
That gives me something, right? Or no? I guess
Got
not
it.
right now.
The Pathfinder is now requiring sidearms. I've opened the armaments locker.
Oh, wait, is your UI a different
Expecting
color as
trouble,
well?
Sam?
Yeah. I hate
Oh,
orange,
no.
even though I'm like covered in it. So I. Okay, where is the goddamn locker? Oh, it's over there. Okay.
You would not like the Assassin's
Better safe
Creed
than sorry.
Origins
You never
UI
know.
at all.
Now let's get to the shuttles.
All right.
Which, by the way, Assassin's Creed Origins, that was on my, need to play list for like a year. I actually just started it a few days ago. Utterly phenomenal, especially visually. Wait, you didn't talk to Cora?
Dr. Carlisle,
Was I supposed to?
with everything
I don't
going
know. I
on,
always like to
I
talk to
think
Cora
we
and talk
all
about the
need you
dragon, and
more
we're gonna
than we
chase
do.
dragons, and
Oh, I forgot about that.
Pathfinder wants a medic on
I just kind of want to
If
get
that
on
is
with
home
it.
down
So.
there, I'm happy to knock on the door.
All right, I'll talk to people more often now.
all right, we know how this playthrough is gonna go
Yeah,
through.
we're
Fuck
just
Cora,
not
we're
sure
not
what's
talking to her.
outside the door.
Only
No
I can
problem,
have the cool
but I
hair.
see that brought the pliers. I'll come out myself.
Yeah, the siblings not knowing anything about the Lucky
All right,
Rod
team,
just
button
speaks
it
of
up.
this guy's kind
You
of.
leave in 5.
No.
Sir,
Oh yeah,
we
Happy
broke out
Father's
the
Day. This
weapons
guy's a
as
shit
requested.
dad. Like,
Anything we should know about?
Seem prudent, given the
That's
situation.
actually a really great call out. The fact
We'll
that
be down
Cora
a man
knows
with
about the
Scott.
rock.
I heard what happened.
Does Cora look
brother's
slightly
strong.
cross-eyed? Or she
He'll
did
make
for a second?
does she? Well,
You
she
better.
might.
600-year nap and he oversleeps.
Yeah, and the lighting,
yeah.
like I really just
Never was an early riser.
stuff like this, like
Just
the
don't
like the
let it
color
get to you.
palette and like
I need you sharp.
how well this scene
Yes,
is
sir.
lit. This is like the kind of stuff that you get from mods after
Your
the
mom
fact,
would
or
have been
from like
proud.
you know, an ENB or a reshade or stuff like that, and it just looks great out of the box. I know that that's maybe not as important to some people, but
Okay,
every
team,
time I play
listen up.
Andromeda, I'm sort of taken aback and somewhat
I chose
disappointed
each
that
of you for the
visuals this good
Pathfinder
were
team,
sort
not
of,
just because
you know,
you're
other things didn't
talented
live up
and
to it.
passionate, but because you're dreamers, like me. We dream
Will
of
they
exploring
revisit
the unknown,
Andromeda and new
finding
content?
the edge of the
I
map.
would kind of be
then
surprised if they
discovering
visit
what
the
lies
characters, but they spent so much time
When people look back on
like
this,
with
and
the
they will,
world of Andromeda. I wouldn't
they'll
be
remember
surprised
we
if we
didn't
get
give up.
something in the same setting.
that we kept dreaming that our first few
That's my
faltering
thoughts,
steps
at
in
least.
Andromeda were the beginning.
It's their only
of
way
everything
forward,
they
as
know.
far as I can tell. You know, it's
only
it's
get
the
one
one
chance to be
cool
first.
loophole that you get for doing
So,
something on the
let's go make
timeline that
history.
is post Shepard, without dealing with, you know, how do you possibly cope with all of the decisions that players made in the trilogy, and people don't really. Well, I think I don't want a prequel. I think a lot of other people don't want a prequel.
Yeah.
So doing stuff in the Andromeda galaxy is kind of the only way forward. So maybe you do another time jump, 50 years, 100 years after the events of Andromeda.
Good luck, Pathfinder team.
That would be cool. Kind of see, like, especially that planet. I always Meridian, is that it? Where it's like you live on in the inside of the core. Like,
Right.
see how that ended up.
Copy that. We're on point.
All right.
Or Habitat 7 / Ryder 1.
That's true.
Whatever
Yeah.
it is.
I'm just gonna stare at this cargo the entire time.
It appears to be an unstable mass of dark energy.
If you say so. Steer clear of it.
Yeah, once again, incredible visuals. Like, this is just insane.
Yeah.
Gravity anomaly.
I don't know if they'll ever, I don't know. I'm iffy on remasters. Like,
Stomach would appreciate that.
it, because I think a lot of the things that, especially like, I don't know that much about Mass Effect, but for Dragon Age Origins at least, like they couldn't update that system into like what they're currently doing. That would just take way too long doing that in the Frostbite engine, you know?
Sure beats reading the
Yeah, so
brochures.
stuff like that's called a remaster. That's not exactly that is remaking the game, right? So the Mass Effect trilogy was made in Unreal Engine 3. That's not, you can't do that anymore. That's not a viable game engine, so everything is moved to Unreal 4. And Andromeda was made in Frostbite, so the thing we have to keep in mind about those so-called remasters, it would be the same amount of resources and time as making a new game from scratch.
Yeah.
So it might as well just make
Copy
another
that.
game.
Doesn't look like a golden world from here.
Ionization levels are rising.
Stay on course to the landing zone.
Pathfinder finds that the Jardin can manipulate time and space. Ryder goes back to save the Milky Way right before Reaper attack. Well, the Reaper attack's already happened, though. Oh, can manipulate time and space. Oh, I see what you mean. Never mind, I misread it. But I mean, like, Shepard already saved them from the Reapers.
Evidence of an alien civilization.
You know, the only other weird theory that I had one time about how you could do something post Shepard, and it's still going to trample everyone's decisions and it would piss them off, but I always thought it would be interesting, is the refuse ending. If you actually thought of the of what happens if you do the I'm not going to talk to the Star Child and I'm just going to walk away from all this, and then it has that sort of postscript of at one point in Mass Effect 3, Liara comes into Shepard's cabin and says, let's record this for posterity, etc., and then that becomes like a time capsule. And at the end of the refuse ending, that's sort of, it's indicated that somewhere down the line, you know, the Reaper cycle happens and then new species will evolve and they're going to find this capsule at one point. And then the next cycle, they'll be able to stop the Reapers. You know, that still takes out a lot of player choice, but I still, you know, that might be a nice cool thing to see happen. Not that that's my first choice, but I mean, it's, you could maybe try it. I've always wondered about the magic glass fixing spray. So do they just not have enough of that when the helmet breaks later? Like it can fix a crack, but if it shatters, like there's no, you can't just.
Well, at least what I remember, 'cause it's been like a hot second since I played this all the way through, but like if this is a glass crack versus next time it's like the glass is just gone, so there's nothing to fix it with.
Ryder, come in.
Right.
So it's kind of like in a windshield. Like if you have a small enough crack, you can just like patch it and you're good.
Sam.
But you know, if there's pieces missing,
Anyone
it's
there?
just fucked.
Take your
You're
breath,
done.
Ryder.
Yeah.
Sam's offline.
Oh, even the Omni tool's different. Right on.
I'm surprised we aren't too.
Survivors.
Did the others make it?
I don't know. It was all a blur. Shuttle split in two. This is like some nightmare.
Yeah. No way this is home.
Man, look at Liam in that modded armor.
Is that modded armor?
Yeah, it is. That's not his default armor.
Looks like
Oh.
we're gonna find some high ground.
It looks nice.
See if anyone else is
It does
alive.
look good. Yeah, no, he has the I don't know, the response jacket uniform
Ryder.
type thing.
How's your survival training?
I
I've seen my share of trouble.
am kind of using a mishmash
crazy,
of
but-
mods I got a long time
Well,
ago, so
crazy
I
just found
kind of
out.
have forgotten
Those
all the
rocks out
ones
there
I
are
have. So
Terra Incognita.
There's our comm
Do you
device.
launch out of Frosty Manager?
No
Yep.
fixing this. Must have
and just
broken
everything's
on
already
impact.
in there from like an eon ago,
Explains
so
why
I
we lost
just
our dampenation.
forgot
Yeah, that's
what
true.
it was.
That's true.
Oh,
So,
and safety tip? Don't breathe the air. Found that out the hard way.
Got it.
now should I do like all of the side quests? Cause that kind of takes a while.
You think that energy cloud we saw could
As
cause
far as finding the
Sam said it's
whatchamacallits.
dark energy.
Well,
but
yeah,
it's
like go
in space.
explore the
Yeah.
like that one
Hell of a
ruin,
cloud.
so we can make our dad proud.
cloud that makes
Versus
boulders
like go find
float.
the one guy who's about to get shot by
what the hell
Cat.
is this?
Oh,
I mean, it's
right.
nice to help the
gotta
peoples,
get
but
through
we don't have to go find a tree and everything.
This is crazy.
Welcome to Habitat 7. Keep moving. Looks safer under there.
Is this for real?
Can I?
What the hell's going on with this place?
I do kind of hate like
Planet's trying to
scanning
murder us.
stuff because I just feel like you're like, all right, I'm walking, but wait, I gotta get scan.
Look.
Gotta get that
Something
scan.
flying around in the sky.
I'm totally with you, like on recent playthroughs, but I am one of those like OCD herb collectors. Like in any game where it's like you can collect any little thing, like Witcher 3 right now. Like if I see some herbs, I gotta find them.
Come on.
Not sure we want to.
So I do have scan OCD. Mike V is saying that I played Andromeda recently because it had an ME itch and it really wasn't that bad. You know, Mike, I think you're right. It's really not that bad. You know, I think it does satisfy the Mass Effect itch if you have it. I'm still gonna do my trilogy, my annual trilogy playthroughs like I always do. But yeah, I think I don't mind going back to play Andromeda. I'll play it again even still.
How'd my dad find you?
As for what builds, I kind of like technician stuff, like
Can you
with
open reverse
engineer with
inside?
the little robot. I just really like that stupid robot. But I do think I have this is like a new game plus, I believe, so a lot of my old choices are there. So you can see how badly I fucked up the last couple
Think I see the
times when I
top.
played this.
I do like construct builds. So that was the one that I did most recently, and it is so much fun to have Zap and to have the little turret and basically just doing stuff like that to wreck people. It's really, really fun to sit back and watch the drones do the work.
Love me some drones.
Don't know, but it's our job to figure it out.
That sounds like your old man talking.
Oh, I like this question from
was
the
right.
Phoenix King.
Something went
What do you
wrong
think
here.
about ME3 multiplayer
have to find
versus
out what.
Mass Effect Andromeda
One thing at a time.
multiplayer? I have a preference for ME3. I don't know. I mean, I spent a good amount of time with ME3 multiplayer. I loved it. You know, I maxed out some of the classes on my 360 version, and then I played on PC and also played a bit. So I really, really liked ME3 multiplayer. I just haven't spent as much time with Andromeda. It feels very similar, but I don't have the same affinity for it as I did for 3.
What was first contact protocol again?
No deadly force unless.
I haven't played it, so I can't like either of them, so I can't
How do we handle it?
I can't really
Take it
rule in
easy.
there.
We only get
I
one
barely
shot
played
at
the
hello
Dragon
with
Age
these guys.
multiplayer. One day we should
Yeah.
play the multiplayer for
You
these
should get
games,
shot
just
in
to
the
like
head if we're wrong.
see what it is.
That would be fun. I literally
Nice and
played
easy.
Inquisition
We only
multiplayer
go
twice.
hot if we have to.
That's about my
think they
experience
sponsor
with it. One day I want to unlock what's his name? Zither. He seems
We
fun.
can't understand you. We're not here to fight. That man's with us.
This was such an interesting moment. Like, it's a moment of first contact. It's one of those things that to me is one of the most interesting concepts or ideas in science fiction. I'm kind of glad they gave it the space that they did, and yet still, I don't think it was given.
Okay. It's
You know, I wish that this had been drawn out a bit more. The stuff on that you get to later, spoiler alert, on Aya with the Angara.
Sorry, Ryder, I know you wanted to give peace a
Same. It's like I like it for what it is. I just wish it had been more drawn out and sort of more, you know, you had the ability to approach it with like an extreme amount of caution and very slowly. You know, it seems like it's a matter of like 30 minutes of in-game time before you're like high-fiving the Angara and trading with them, and they're like welcoming you into their culture, and I'm like, you know, I don't think anything like First Contact could go that smoothly in that short amount of time.
New galaxy. I guess it's too much to expect they'll play by Milky Way rules.
I think you can't even play with randos, at least in the Inquisition. Like, I tried a while ago, because I sat down and was like, alright, I want to go get Zither and Isabella, because I just kind of want some cool shots of them. But, like, I tried to look for groups, and nothing popped up. It was like, oh, fuck off, you're doing it yourself.
Come on.
So, which, like, it is designed for multiplayer, for the most part. So, like, I actually got most of the way through by myself in the multiplayer until, like, the final boss, and I just got my ass wiped.
How's that Anthem player base gonna do?
I don't know. I mean, like, if you're good at it, like, I can't stress, like, I'm not very good at this game. I'm not good at games. So,
They're DNA based, and their armor reads a
so yeah, sorry I'm the one playing today. So.
You know, it's one of the things, I'm okay. One of the things that I have is that I will play on easy mode for the first time ever, you know, going back, you know, starting a couple years. Because, like, if it's a game I've already played and I've beaten it and I just want the story, it's like I don't have a lot of time. I don't ever want to get stuck on anything. And so, whereas before, old me would have been, like, offended at the idea of playing on easy mode, adult me is just like, this is helpful.
They shot him. They want to fight? We'll give it to them. I count one left. That's the last of them.
I can't believe we're doing this.
Did Kirkland make it?
Kirkland is fucking dead, my dude. Rip. Which one was Kirkland? I know we have a chance to talk with him. I just didn't.
He was trying to surrender. Why kill him?
Would we treat them any different if they showed up on Earth, armed to the teeth?
Maybe not.
Peace isn't going to be an option here.
The unimportant one.
We'll come back for his body once we find the others.
It is really interesting to me. Like, I've said much about Mass Effect Andromeda having moments that are, you know, some of the best in the series, quite frankly. And I'm
okay.
The thing that I noticed right there is like, okay, Kirkland's dead. You know, we didn't really have a whole lot of time to get to know Kirkland, but if you actually compare it to like the Jenkins death in Mass Effect 1, it's so much better. Like, it's treated so much better, in my opinion.
Over there.
Could be our people. I'll mark the nav point.
I don't even, like, I remember who Jenkins is, but I do not remember his death at all.
New and painful ways to die.
Maybe
I mean, I don't want to say they played it for comedy exactly, because you do have the one dialogue choice with Caden is sort of affected by his death, but
did you see that?
Some kind of flying
there we go.
thing.
Oh, hey, look.
It's a thing. I thought this was going to be the cave where that guy was holed up, but I just got lost and I have no idea where I am now. I think the running animation is strange. Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, I think it's interesting the amount of exploration that you can do on Habitat 7. It's actually fairly open for something that is technically, I think the spirit of this mission is linear, but there's little... That's what I mean, where it kind of felt like more traditional BioWare of like, it's not open world, but there's some branching paths.
I'll admit I'm 100% lost right now.
I mean, this might be the more interesting. It might be more interesting that you're lost.
Yeah, honestly.
I think it's machinery. You can feel the
I thought I was heading towards that guy that's like holed up in a cave.
Alien gods.
Don't think I'm over there.
No, you hear the Morse code first.
Yeah, that's why. Where I have no idea where I am. Oh fuck me! Hi. Jesus.
Yeah, you're right in the thick of it now. You're in the shit.
Yeah, I'm in that shit.
Look out! They're using those animals.
Yeah, I realized the animals, Liam.
This is for Kirkland.
You hanging in there?
Don't worry about me.
Okay, I hate cover. I would just rather go in there.
It doesn't have the same snappiness as it did in the trilogy, which really disappoints me.
Oh, you're pretty good at this, Ryder.
I'll be honest, it's been
was with the team that dug
like
up Prothean
a
artifacts.
long time
Well,
before
this will be a field day for you.
I played the trilogy, so
Wonder
I
what
can't
these
really
guys were
like
doing
compare
here.
it very well.
Crash of some kind.
Is this
Someone
an
above
Aya ship? Right here? Kind of looks like it.
It might be. No, I think. Oh yeah, I think it might be. No, I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure.
Unknown ship. Still have no idea where. I'm just gonna go forward and see where we are.
Ryder, some sort of cave over there.
Oh, is this the tree that we didn't want to go to, but it looks like we're going over there? Oh, there we go. Since we're
Yeah,
here.
I didn't find
this
that tree on my first one, so when I found it on my
Stimulate
second
plants
one,
back
I
in
was
the
like,
Milky
right
Way, there are
on.
signs of cellular mutation.
It's lasted this long. Guess that makes it the alpha.
I don't think I found that,
Yeah.
what we just found, the
happened to all
Aya
its
ship
friends
the first
outside?
time. Where am
A path
I?
up on the left.
Oh, I think this is Cave Dude. Okay. Because I recognize that strange, thing.
Tapping. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, here's that Morse code stuff.
You hear
Which
that?
I don't know anything about Morse
Yeah,
code,
radio
so.
static. But like a pattern.
And I don't know, like they never really had anything as involved as the lightning strikes. I mean, I know each planet kind of has like, hey, it's really cold, and get your ass closer to a heater, or like it's really hot, and so Sam bitches at you about how hot it is.
Hang on, Greer, we've got
I just feel like they didn't do as much with that. To me, the one thing that I think of as being one of my favorite environmental changes based on the player action is the stuff in
Where are the others?
oh god, Crestwood.
They killed Kirkland.
Yeah.
The Fishers
In
alive
Inquisition,
back
where
at the
you
crash site.
drain the lake and all sorts of stuff, and then like everything changes. I've talked about that in another video where
Then head back.
the color palette is
Say, put
different, the
when you get
lighting
there.
is different, even
We'll look for my
animals
dad's
kind of
shuttle.
show up whereas they weren't there before, and like all of the flora is different. Like it's a massive change.
Mm-hmm.
And so the reason why I kind of bring that up is like they kind of did it in Inquisition a little bit. I think they meant to do it a lot more in Andromeda. And now we hear, what we know so far about Anthem with the Anthem of Creation and the tools of the that were left behind by the gods. It kind of feels like BioWare is trying to do that again, which isn't bad if they execute on it really well. Like if they do a really good job with it, that is a cool concept. But I just kind of feel like, man, if we go all the way back to Inquisition, which was 2014, and by the time we get to 2019, they're going to be doing basically one of the same concepts.
But if it's just one big world rather than like multiple little ones, that could probably be a lot easier. Hi,
great.
door.
That can't be good.
Fuck off!
Looks like a whole patrol.
My strategy for guns is just run in there and very like chaotically shoot everything.
I was about to say, you are fucked when 3 guys run at you that close.
Okay, I think we're getting close to Cora.
Where we read you. You're alive. Shuttle repairs are underway.
I played on, what did I play on most recently? Hardcore? I enjoyed it quite a bit.
On our way. Nav point marked.
I have the like tactical skill. Like, if this means anything to anybody, when I was playing Team Fortress 2, I preferred playing Scout because I just ran in there, like, did a whole bunch of shit and then die very quickly. Like that was what I did.
Let's get in there.
And your team was happy.
Yeah, like I did my job. That's what the Scout does.
They're trying to pin us down.
Hello, everybody.
Doing a good job of it too.
Ryder, light him up.
Katie needs a shotgun. What do we think of that? Probably more sniper would be better, right? If you're going to do a tech build.
Probably. I've always kind of preferred the pistol because it's very quick and easy. So I can just run around and go pew 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 pew.
I got one.
Where are they? I don't see them at all. Oh,
What did we ever do to them?
Where?
Careful, they fight dirty.
I don't see the dude.
Rookrill Miss says, are we excited for Cyberpunk 2077?
Hell yeah!
Yes, I'm excited for Cyberpunk 2077. I'm extremely excited. I might be as excited for Cyberpunk 2077 as literally anything else. I'm sure Starfield is going to get up there once we actually know more about Starfield. But right now, on the horizon, it's got to be Anthem and Cyberpunk that I'm most looking forward to. And I'll be honest, right now it's more Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
Ryder,
There's weapons and
Can I level up? That's my inventory. How do I? What's the button for level up?
Stock up.
Nope. Skills. There we go. Oh, I started at fresh here. Cool. I kind of wanted to do that anyway, so I'm not mad at that. All right. Where is tech? Give me my little turret guy. Assault turret? Is that it? I think so.
I do like the assault turret. It's quite fun.
All right. All right, sweet baby. Come home to mama. All right.
Did these things try talking to you at all?
One of the mods that I do enjoy is
Barely a word.
getting
Then
extra
started shooting.
points per
What about
level.
you?
Ah, hell! Enemy ship on the way!
Get to cover! Go! Go!
So thanks everybody who has joined. I see we've got about 26 people watching right now. All of you who are in the chat, thanks for joining us. Hope everybody's having a good evening, morning, late night, afternoon, whatever's going on. Somebody mentioned Cyberpunk 2077, so I'm curious, what are you guys looking forward to Cyberpunk? Did you guys see Ghost of Tsushima, which was showed in E3? What were your E3 favorites that you saw this year?
Sound off!
I'm here.
Still alive!
Here.
Okay, not so smart guy saying definitely Cyberpunk looks like my kind of game world for sure, man, for sure. Like, of course we haven't seen it because that demo that they showed was behind closed doors, but everybody says that the world is very alive and just tons of NPCs according to the people that have seen it.
Too many of them! Just keep firing, we can do this!
I wish we did get to see the, Oh, look at my boy! He's fucking up that heavy over there.
Oh yeah, assault turret.
Not dead yet.
Fusselcorn says, I'm really looking forward to the new Tomb Raider. Same.
Liam, I almost shot you. Oh! I'm an idiot. I didn't realize that thing was there.
Liam, what are you doing?
Oh, okay. High screen.
Right. It's just these assholes killed
Come on, Liam.
I hear you, but this
Liam.
isn't the time to lose our cool.
Yeah, so Tomb Raider, I love the first two. I'm definitely
Fisher's wounded,
definitely
but
looking
sitting
forward
tight.
to more
Rear's
Tomb
with him.
Raider. It does look a little
Though our
samey
shuttle's in
compared to the
pieces.
first two, but definitely looking forward to
Yeah.
that.
I don't know anything about Beyond Good and Evil, but I liked the trailer. It looked a lot of fun.
Take cover!
Granger Danger says The Last of Us 2, yes, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, definitely.
Oh, I forgot about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yeah. And not Cassandra, but it is Cassandra.
Not because, and they're adding dialogue options now to Assassin's Creed, which is huge.
Yeah. And romances and
You're a
choosing the
lifesaver.
gender. It's
Now
very.
just take
It's more like a BioWare game than
are
Anthem,
you
which is
there?
kind of strange.
Yeah, BioWare is being out BioWared a bit.
The Pathfinder needs to speak with you.
Even more so if they let you change the appearance of the two characters,
and
which
I
I don't
are
think
Cora.
they are.
We
But
have
what
wounded
if?
crew. The good news is our
Odyssey, no, I'm sorry, not Odyssey. Origins, you can just toggle. You cannot change, but you can toggle the hairstyle and beard. That's about it.
Even that would be pretty good.
Our wounded
Mike
can't
V
wait
saying
much
I'm still
longer.
trying to
You
figure
have
out
something in
what the new
mind?
Kojima game is about. Yeah,
Oh,
same.
Yeah,
Same.
Death Strand. What the hell?
We're talking about weather.
Michael, you had a theory on Death Stranding. I don't know if you wanted to share with the class. No, he wants to stay out of the stream.
Can you two
I
manage
think
alone?
his thing was about like, oh, what if the babies are like clones of the people? Because like, what was it like? If the monsters get you, it fast forward time and ages you to death, and so the clones are there to
Sam,
like
you have the Pathfinder's
reset you or
position.
something.
Marking the nav point.
All I know is like I have this really weird
Doesn't look
suspicion
far.
that Daryl
Let's
from The
make this
Walking
quick.
Dead is going to end up being
We
Big
have to
Boss
get
from
there
Metal
before
Gear
the
Solid
storm
in
hits.
Death Stranding, and
No
I'm going to be like,
detours.
fuck you,
What
Kojima.
was my dad scouting
You can't
for?
just make everybody
He was
Big
trying
Boss.
to get readings on that tower.
Oh, there he is. No, he's
Well, the network
doing
puts
the.
him near it.
Exercise
Sharing
caution.
with
The
class.
storm front is already gaining intensity.
Nice to have you back, Sam. How about some good news next time?
There's a bunch of like other side quest things we could go look at, but I
Sam's right.
kind of.
We don't have much time.
But
Look, the rod. The drive's
it looks
lighting away.
interesting. I just don't know what it
Knock that wall.
is.
They might keep us safe.
Is it not this one? Okay.
Dead bodies here. Lightning didn't do this.
Yeah, I did.
Wait, this is more than we took
Oh,
out.
Incendiary rounds. My dad's been busy.
what is?
Close. The nav point shows my dad's up there.
Is PT in disguise? Sad that PT just kind of just died. Because that was a really interesting demo.
Stay low.
Do you remember PT? Did you ever get to play that? Because I didn't have a console at the time. I still don't have a console.
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about then, or?
No.
Oh, dude. Okay. It was oh, now I forget what horror game series he did, but not Resident Evil. Oh God. Silent Hill?
Visitors, just like us.
I think it's Silent Hill. Okay, whatever. He was going to direct some sort of horror game, and PT Silent Hill. There you go. Direct a horror game, and they released like a demo for it, and it was like this really interesting, creepy demo, and like it really integrated with the console. Like at one point, like I think to do something right, you had to talk into the microphone of like your controller or whatever it was. Like there was some really weird Thank you. Things with it, and for some reason they decided just to can the whole project, and like the only way to play PT now is that you have to have a PlayStation with it pre-downloaded on there.
It's the dark energy cloud the Hyperion hit. It's affecting the whole planet.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I see Death Stranding, and I just think I love Kojima, but it just seems like this is Kojima without any hindrance on his weirdness, which I actually think he needs a little bit of hindrance on his weirdness.
I'm kind of excited to see what happens when it doesn't have any hindrances, because it's just so bizarre. Like, is it going to be like a David Lynch scenario, or like?
Yeah, like that's exactly that's a decent analogy. I think like it's going to be interesting, but I don't think it's going to be objectively better.
That's fair.
Metal Gear Solid 4 and Metal Gear Solid 5, to be honest,
The
are
alternative
phenomenal.
is an 85% chance of death from lightning strike, capture, or worse.
Yeah, Norman Reedus is the main dude. Personally, I love the name Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus as for the game title. I fucking love that. Oh, someone sold PT for $500? Oh God. I mean, I guess you have to sell the console, so it's not like that egregious, I guess. It's going to be a 2-hour cutscene. I didn't see that article, but that's great. I believe it too. Like it might just be like what if it was just a movie and that was like just to fuck people over? They think it's a game and it's just a 2-hour movie. Oh God.
Works for me.
Yeah, all of this is so. I mean, just like I'm probably gonna say this now for the 5th time. I just feel like the cinematic quality of this first mission is. I mean, there are other moments in the main campaign for sure that are close to this, but I really like the way this looks. And I talked about it in an older episode of the podcast how some people claim that it's been downgraded, etc., etc., and I go, not if you're playing on Ultra. It looks about as good as it did in that trailer.
What is shooting me over there? Okay, I'm getting...
Speaking of which, I'm a specs nerd, so what resolution are we running at? What are the settings at?
I don't know. Hi. I'm in Ultra right now. I think I can only stream at 1080 though, so that's kind of what we're maxed out as right now.
Okay, are you playing on 1080 as well?
I don't think so. I don't think, actually, yeah, I think I am playing 1080 because I don't think my computer does 4K that well. No. I'm really bad with computer parts. Okay, so the machine I am running can do 4K, but my screen isn't 4K because that was super expensive. So,
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't run it in 4K because what's the point?
Sam,
I have a 4K monitor and I have a GTX 1080 Ti, so I can run stuff at 4K, and you can even hit 60 frames per second if I kind of finagle with the settings a little bit, but generally, I have found, like, again, I know I'm mentioning again that I'm playing Witcher 3, which I've played in 4K at, like, 45 to 55 FPS.
Mm-hmm.
I've just found out I just bump it down to 1440p, and I'm locked at 60 frames per second, and I can turn Ultra everything, every bell and whistle turned on. I like it better.
Really?
Yeah, I like it better than 4K. I mean, that 1440p is still really high resolution. And then when you get to turn on, HBAO full and every single bell and whistle and shadows and lighting, I just think it looks better, personally.
Almost fried me.
Just gonna casually take all the chests. Oh, this guy's like Vogan over here in the corner.
If we fall behind, we're dead.
I don't think we're actually dead, Cora.
Shit, they're crack shots.
It's Kojima. It will be one 32-hour-long cutscene.
Give me the profile.
Plus 4 endings. Let's be honest about that. There's going to be an ending and then credits and then more endings and then more credits and then more endings.
Sir, where are you getting these profiles?
This looks like a control center.
Corey Koopa, thanks. I appreciate that. So someone asking if I'm going to make more of the Relay series videos where I kind of do like breakdowns of cinematic aesthetics. And did the stream just stop?
Did it? I went down? Oh, hold on. Is it back up now?
It's back up now.
Oh, that's weird. What happened?
I don't know, but it was down for a second.
Oh, sorry, everybody.
We're back.
The OBS still says it's been streaming for about like an hour. So, were you downloading something or no? Okay, I don't know. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, it says stream resumed. Stream is continuing. The elapsed time is still continuous. But it looks like we're back.
That's weird. All right, sorry.
Everybody, thanks for sticking with us. We're back. The stream health says it's good, I believe.
Yeah, the OBS thinks
that
I'm just.
The language.
Oh, floating.
There's more coming up.
Cycling thing. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what happened there. That's never happened before. That's strange.
Where'd you want us?
Anyway, we're back. We're good.
Oh, right.
So yeah, what was I saying? Oh, relay videos. Yeah, I'll be working on some more of those. There's some, and also, you know, I'll include ones that may be outside of the BioWare purview as well. I'll still be doing some more Elder Scrolls stuff, replaying Witcher. I'm probably going to do some Witcher reflections. So yeah.
Okay, it's making me put them there. Like I have to put them here.
Got it.
All right, fine. It says it's optional.
Right? Like, that was always weird, too. You couldn't just move them where you wanted to. You had to move them in the exact spot.
Like, I kind of want to, like, I don't know, put 2 of them where I'm not, because I can handle a lot more of them, but whatever.
We held them off at the shuttle.
And then I'll put
do it again.
my sweet baby boy
Still counting on
right
us.
there.
I'm just getting warmed up.
They mean business. Keep them off your dad.
Analyzing possible inputs. 25% decrypted.
Hurry, we don't have long.
Hold both sides. Can't let them slip through.
Run up here.
What is this place anyway?
I don't know, but they sure want it back.
Well, 50% decrypted. It's an unusually complicated syntax.
I can see that. Try a recursive search.
I will need a moment to
Come
evaluate
on.
the pattern.
We only have a moment. Do it.
This next upcoming thing is probably my favorite part of the entire game.
I think I really pissed
Oh, when they activate the vault?
Yeah, the vault and then, like, you know, Dad and whatnot. Cora, they're literally shooting your face off.
Any progress?
Cora! Cora!
We've almost got it.
Oh, she's taking it like a champ, though, man. That Cora face is like...
I know, she's bright red. Where did that heavy go? Oh, there he is.
Cora's face is very tanky.
Yeah,
They're falling back.
Could be regrouping for another push. Stay sharp.
Decryption complete.
That did
good.
It. It's a security override. I'll try to open the door from here. Ah, damn, it's jammed.
Do I have
need
to?
take a look
I
at
forget
it.
what I have to do now. Quickly, go do it. I'm getting tired of this section. Alright. Alright, we did it. We survived.
Back into it.
Now to activate the vault.
Grenades mean nothing. It's a really rare Asari commando training where you're impervious to grenades. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Who do you plan on talking to?
More like what? I think it's automated.
It's okay, I'm bad at these games too. And now there's like, what, 20 people here watching me.
These are the moments that make it all worthwhile.
I'd be slightly more impressed if we were playing Dragon Age, and only slightly. Like, it's really not that great either.
Sam, begin translating.
A moment.
Yeah, we did. Also, hello, Flucus. Yeah, we tweeted it out. We had it on the podcast. I don't know. Maybe we're not that great at advertising, but
Our marketing game could be strong. Hey, Flucus, thanks for joining us.
at the very least, at the end of this, there will be a recording of it, so you can watch it again for whatever reason. Do you remember in the trailer that this part looked a lot different than what it actually ended up looking like?
It does look a bit different, yeah. I mean, some of it was different, yeah. I kind of like this version, though, honestly.
I think they're both alright.
This is a great shot of him just holding his hand up as the triangle lights up. It's phenomenal.
Well, Flucus, isn't it like super late for you? Like, do you need to go to bed?
We did it.
There's hope at least.
That's all anyone back on the Ark is looking for. Hope it'll work out.
Well,
Hunter's training.
Let's get back to the shuttle.
I think I've heard more people hate the companions of this game than like any of the other BioWare games.
You know, I've got some thoughts on that as far as like the companions and sort of how they went over well and how they didn't go over well. And I think I've said this either in a video or maybe I said it on one of the Split the Veil episodes. At the end of Mass Effect 1, the crew of the Normandy are not your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's abs, and I will fight anybody who wants to argue that they are not your friends, right? The peak of your individual relationships with all of them. You know, Garrus thanks you for helping him with Dr. Salian. You know, he says thanks. You know, they're all sort of grateful that you helped them out, but at most it's like professional admiration. You are not buddy with anyone at the end of Mass Effect 1. And I really think it's like it's the product of like you had 3 games to build actual personal relationships with them.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Andromeda, they were trying to get you to be best friends with them after 1 game.
I see. Okay, here's a critique of this scene. Like, is the air like poisonous to the skin, so like it hurts like to have it on your skin, or like is it only when you breathe? Because couldn't they just like switch the helmet back on and off, take a few deep breaths, and then like switch back? Like.
Oh, that's a good point. I mean, the oxygen or whatever it is, it could be absorbing through the skin, though. That could be it.
Yeah, but like not as, you know, I don't know. Like I don't know. I just have problems with this. Like I think it could have been done a little bit.
I mean, it was unfortunately exactly what we all predicted. We're like, man, I sure hope Dad Ryder doesn't die really early in a cheap way, and Ryder just gets handed the Pathfinder. No, that's exactly what they did.
It's a seizure. Her brain can't handle the connection. Get her to Sam Node.
I remember starting a thread on that on the Mass Effect subreddit saying, wouldn't it be amazing if it goes down to Cora the way it's supposed to, and then there's this sort of kind of like a power struggle between Ryder and Cora.
There.
And over time, you truly earn it, where she just realizes you're the one for it. Like, that would have been way better.
Yeah, but nope, you got it.
Back, Sarah.
Too bad.
This is one of my favorite scenes. Of course, I did the relay video on it, kind of breaking down why I like this so much. And it's one of my favorite Liam moments in particular.
You were dead for 22 seconds.
Mo Irwin. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for joining the stream. Glad to have you.
Guys, get to Sam Node. Ryder's awake. Who are you talking to?
Sam.
I didn't hear him.
You're up. Look here.
Man,
And
he's like
here?
still in his armor too. He didn't change out. He just probably stayed there the entire time,
My
didn't he?
father.
Yeah,
Where?
yeah, that's
It was your life or his. And he chose you.
I did just notice this though,
I'm
right?
so
Like
sorry,
Lexi's the
Sarah.
most advanced. Like they have an
know this
AI
must be a
hooked into
problem.
you. They have all this advanced equipment. She's like, how many fingers?
Growing up with
Yeah.
Dad was tough. He and I never
All right,
really
you're good.
hit it off. But
Uh,
I know he could be distant. But he
well,
once said that
Bumble
when his time
Bubbles,
came,
which that's the cutest
he
name in the
wanted to
world.
go out
You're the
among
bee's
stars
knees.
no one had seen
Bumble
before.
Bubbles. You guys are the BD. Thank you so much. It's very sweet of you to
What are we
say.
doing in Sam Node?
Sam is now part of you, in a way we don't entirely understand. It played havoc with your brain.
I wish that the like texture of the Asari
Sam?
like tentacle hair like was like put down into the face. You know what I mean?
Shouldn't that be Cora?
I get what you're saying. I wish it didn't look like
In
toothpaste.
reality, you're the new
I don't hate the
Pathfinder, Sarah.
toothpaste as much as I like and the texture.
Whoa.
I guess.
Well, if that's how it has to be.
Don't say this.
That was so like unenthusiastic.
Cora?
It's what he wanted. I won't stand
It's like,
in the way.
all right, I
But being
guess.
Pathfinder is a serious job. You sure you're ready for this?
A lot of people are counting on me.
Like
I'll get it done.
Cora.
It's all academic anyway. Sam's linked to your
I wish
mind
they would have
on a
had
deeper
more of
level
Cora
now.
though, not really being
Trying
crazy
to
about you being
untangle
fat. It's a little bit,
could
but
kill
you know.
I know this is tough.
Have we talked
but
about this before, like a while
need to
ago?
start
But did
thinking
anyone
about the
else
next
think
step.
that like Cora was
A lot
gonna
of
have like a
people are
crush
counting
on
on
your
us.
dad or
Is the arc
something?
still drifting?
Because
That's
I
the thing.
totally thought that.
Whatever your dad did with that tower.
I mean, I think she kind of does have a
Some
crush
sort
on
of
Dad
atmosphere
Ryder.
swapper.
The energy cloud thinned out. We're on our way to the rally point
Although
now.
in the book it's a
Should be
little
at the
bit
Nexus
they
soon.
really
She needs
showcase
to
like the
rest
contentious
first.
nature of the
She has
relationship
2
between
hours.
Alec Ryder and Cora in the
We'll
most
need our
recent book.
Pathfinder for this.
I didn't know there was a book about Cora and Dad Ryder.
Yeah, so N.K. Jemisin and Mac Walters wrote, what was it,
I
Initiation?
checked on your brother.
Mass Effect
Still no
Initiation, so it's prequel. It
But if
shows
you
some
can
of the
pull through,
things. It actually,
so can he.
the reason why I like it, spoiler alert, is it actually
if your
does
dad,
give
both of you.
more backstory to Cora, but also to Sam,
Your father will
and
be
to
missed.
why
What's
the
going on, Sam?
handoff kind of has to be
This is
from
our private
Alec
channel.
to
I shared it with
Sarah
him.
or Scott. Like I mentioned, conceptually, I would have liked for it to go to Cora, and
You
then there
never
would have been a
mentioned anything
more,
about that.
you know,
It allowed me to know him better.
Ryder kind of earns the handoff from Cora, but they
Alec
actually
Ryder started
address
the
in the
goal.
book why
He's
it has to be
emboldened
to
our
a blood
resolve. He'd insist we
relative.
grow stronger from his
Because
passing.
Alec essentially, Sam is different than every other Sam. Even though the other Pathfinders have a Sam also, Alec has modified Sam extensively and sort of worked in his own DNA into Sam's coding. And so Sam,
How?
I guess it's sort of like what is DNA essentially, right? DNA can be sort of, you could sequence it into what is essentially like DNA is essentially people code from what I understand it as a
Yeah.
non-biologist. But so somehow Sam's modifications are very specific to Alec Ryder. So if you try to, because that's basically what happens. Alec makes a sub Sam, like a sort of a mini instance of his modified Sam, and gives it to Cora, and that Sam kind of starts to go crazy pretty quick, and also kind of starts to have negative effects on Cora.
Huh.
Yeah, so that's actually when Alec Ryder figures out that he kind of thinks about it, and he's sort of thinking like, oh crap, I really don't want to do this to one of my kids, but if something happens to me, that's going to be the only choice. Otherwise, it's gonna probably kill Cora.
That's interesting.
Well,
Well,
I thought that was, technically it's like, right, they're the writers of this lore. They could have made it not like that, but I don't know. It was somewhat of an explanation, which I thought was good.
and Magabar has a good question. How long will we be streaming? We didn't really come in with a plan of how long. How long? It's been like an hour? Or,
Yeah, we're at like an hour 20. I'm not hungry. I have plenty of drink. Should be fine. We can go as long as you want to go.
Yeah, I think at the very least I kind of want to get to the first planet. Now, someone else, who was it? Yeah, Jason Walker asked, will you guys be streaming MEA full? I don't know yet. I don't know. Maybe we'll like come back to this. Maybe we'll make it a thing. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I don't know.
I would not. You know what? It would be interesting. Have you played Witcher?
I own it, and like Michael and I wanted to play it together, and we started. Did we get to the first town? Or no, we got out of the first town. That's what happened, and we just got sidetracked with our
Wait,
lives.
do y'all stream this or no?
Oh no. This is just for us.
Oh, I was gonna say like if you want to, here I am going like
Good to
stream
see you on
your
your feet.
personal moments. But I'm like, I would totally watch that because I was thinking either that or maybe like Pillars of Eternity. It would be fun if we were to do a stream of something that I've played but you haven't.
They've had better luck.
I would play Pillars.
Starting our approach now.
You would love Pillars too because you like Divinity.
As big as the Citadel back home.
Is Pillars multiplayer? Can we do it together, or is it single player? Like, because
No, that
Divinity
one's
had
single.
co-op. Okay.
Captain, I'm only getting their automated approach channel. Not a live
Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about
We're
it.
here. Take us in.
We have some votes for The Witcher.
We do have to play The Witcher eventually. Maybe I'll force Michael to join with us, and we'll have a try. I don't know.
Could be worse.
Well, if you guys do that as a stream, I will watch it. I mean, for sure, because like The Witcher is amazing. Like every time I go back and play it, I go, there's just nothing. It is in a class all its own. It really is.
It was really good when we played it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if Michael would want to do streaming. Would you want to do streaming?
Right.
Or
I got us here.
Oh, you're not paying attention. Delay. Oh, okay. I'll talk to you later. But I don't know. We'll see. Oh,
if you do, I highly recommend the Friendly HUD mod. It's like a really cool toggleable, like stripped down HUD. It helps a lot for the immersion.
Just take a deep breath.
I'm just gonna run through here.
But now it's yours.
I feel like I should play like I don't know. I kind of hate going into the
Where do I start?
like trilogy in the
I'm just
middle
not
of
sure
it.
I'm ready.
Like if I play through The Witcher, I'd almost want to do the whole series. But maybe that's a bad idea.
No, that's a great idea. It's just The Witcher 1 combat is going to be unlike anything you've ever seen. It's one of the weirdest combat systems ever. It's not very good. It's not very fun. I'll be honest, I love the story of The Witcher. I love the fact that, like, you know, way ahead of its time, it had delayed consequences to stories, you know what I mean? Where you were making choices and then hours later you would see the real consequences of your choices. Like, it just does a bunch of cool stuff. But here's the thing. Install mods to increase your hit rate because you miss a lot for no reasons, like stat crunching behind the scenes.
Oh, that's weird.
And then put it on easy. Like, the combat is not really that enjoyable in Witcher 1.
Well, you don't have to tell me twice to play easy. Pretty much if I ever play a game the first time, I play on easy just because it's just I'm bad at games. Avina. Someone said a while ago, it's off my screen at the moment, but oh no, there it is. Blue Jackal, all the Asari faces look the same. They do, and it drives me nuts. Like, I think they literally use the same face for all of them, so you can't even mod it to look better, because it's just the same face over and over again.
It's the same mesh, for sure. Yeah, everybody has the same mesh. Now, there is a mod that gives a few, like...
well, different tattoos, that's what I saw, but, like, the facial structure is the same every time.
Yes, the facial structure, so the mesh is the same, but there's a mod for actual textures for Sarissa and a few of the other named NPCs.
Did you say?
So they don't look exactly the same, but the fact that the actual structure is the same still makes them all look a bit like twins.
Yeah, minus PB. PB got out. Unique.
Or captured, or lost in dark space, or...
The faces in Andromeda drive me kind of crazy, because you could definitely tell, like, which, like, head preset it is, you know? Like, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but, like, it's they're all pretty samey.
Yeah, no, for sure. And especially some of the haircuts, like, you know, there's just not enough of them.
I'm Sarah Ryder. This is Cora Harper and Liam Costa.
Well, PB's unique compared to the other ones. Like, I don't mind the, like, PB.
Our sensors told us an arc had
PB.
arrived.
I don't want to get started on PB.
We thought you were just another malfunction.
Ba-da-boo. Why is that?
But aren't you expecting us?
The lighting here is good, though. Like, that's...
After a year of waiting and no sign
thumbs
of
up for the guys who did the lighting
mechanic.
Yeah, for sure.
For a whole year?
Longer. I'll fill you in on the way to Op Center.
Yeah, The Witcher 2 is on console. And The Witcher 2's combat isn't... It's a lot closer. It's much better. It's more like a traditional action game. You can get by with it. It's fine. Not my favorite. Serious balance issues as far as early game versus late game, but yeah, it's not bad.
A lot of people died. No power, no food. The chaos went on for months.
So it seems like now CD Projekt Red, all they've done is The Witcher, right? They haven't done anything else. Or am I wrong on that?
That is all that they've done, yeah. And now they're working on Cyberpunk.
But you're here now, so maybe the worst is over.
No word from the other Pathfinders?
I can see that, like, yeah,
No word
Mass
from
Effect
anyone,
is a
period.
game wearing a Mass Effect
Any
costume.
threats
Or
from-
Andromeda
We're
is
here.
wearing a Mass Effect costume.
You guys
Part of
go
me
ahead.
wonders what would
I'll check out
happen
the
to the
security
reception
systems.
if, like,
You should know our command structure
it was
has been
stripped from the Mass Effect series and it
Some
was
of us are
something
filling in
else.
for leaders who died.
Is it true?
Wait, say that again?
Drop everything and report.
Like if Mass
And no one
if
was
Mass Effect
expecting
Andromeda
Mark to
was
finally show
released
up.
as just like Andromeda or whatever, and it
Drop
had
your
like whole new
procedures green across
aliens,
the
like it was
board.
its own thing aside
Stand
from
by to merge Hyperion
Mass
power
Effect,
into the grid.
would it have a better reception, or would it be worse?
That's a really good. No, I think if it was his own thing, it would be considered
The
probably
crew of the
pretty great,
Hyperion.
honestly.
Good luck.
I don't know, because like it still has a lot of problems outside
I'm
of
Jaren
the.
Tan, director of the initiative.
I don't know.
You
I
have no idea how much
I don't
your
know.
arrival
I guess I'm
means to
torn
us.
on it because I wouldn't have tried
We've
it
heard about what
if it wasn't
happened,
attached to,
and we're
to
ready to
Mass
help.
Effect for sure.
We could use any supplies you
yeah.
have. Food, water.
I guess we
we're
will
short
never
on
know.
everything.
Yeah.
This is Foster Addison. She oversees colonial
Mo
affairs.
Irwin says, did we know that both KOTOR and Jade Empire have
Where's the
iOS mobile
Pathfinder?
ports? I do know that,
We're looking
actually,
at
and
it.
I haven't played it, but I heard that the Knights of the Old
You're not
Republic
Alec Ryder.
iOS version is
My
actually
father's
quite
dead.
good.
He made me his
Really?
successor.
Yeah, I heard like the company that did it,
Alec
does
is
updates
dead.
for it, and like that the controls
Please
really work
understand,
well.
the
And I
entire
want to say that they've
initiative is at
even I can't remember
None
what
of the
specific.
golden
Either
worlds panned
they've
out.
gotten permission to
They're a
incorporate
bust,
certain mods
and there's
into
been
it,
no
or they've
word
done
from the
certain
other
things that
arms.
make it like really rather user
What
friendly.
happened to them?
Huh.
Unknown.
Like
Our
I tried to
supplies
play
are nearly
KOTOR
depleted.
just on the
Rationing
computer,
bought us
and
some
I
time, but
was
even
not a
that's
fan
running out.
at all.
We need to find more.
It hasn't
resources.
aged well.
But
I'll tell you
no.
that it has not aged well.
No, same with Jade Empire. Actually, I got about halfway through
Until they
Jade
have somewhere
Empire
to
to like
live.
one day I was
A
like, I
golden world.
can't do this anymore.
Now more than ever.
It's just a
we
weird
need
fighting
a
style.
Pathfinder.
It now falls to you.
I would like
Ryder.
to see them refresh Jade
Are you up
Empire
to
or
the
someone
task?
like give it to Obsidian or something. I would do that.
You're in trouble here. I'd say you need an
Mike
help.
V says we're
Yeah,
about to get the
we
iconic
need
"My face is
qualified
tired"
help.
line.
That's no way to
Yeah.
Didn't they do something with it? Oh no, they. I thought they patched it out, but no, she like puts a hand
not
on her
Morkesh,
face or something like that.
superintendent
Like
of
they
this
changed the
station.
animation for
Hope
it.
they
I
haven't
think, what I'm
scared you
thinking
off
about.
already.
Yeah, I mean her face is
Nothing
still tired,
personal.
but it
Now
looks
is the
different.
time for on-the-job
That's such a
training.
weird line. Like who wrote that?
At least
Was
the
like,
Pathfinder here
yeah.
seems willing to
You know what?
try.
You know what it is. It's
could
one of those,
use
and this is
fresh
something that I kind of feel like I'm somewhat
heard my
familiar with as a
concerns.
writer. There are certain
I'll
things
leave
that
you
you
to it.
write, and you intend for it to sound naturalistic, but it becomes very
We're all feeling
delivery
the pressure.
oriented. It's very
Let's
execution
have a private
based.
word in my
And so I
office,
feel like a
Ryder.
lot of
We'll
times in
discuss
video
giving you a
games, when you
scholarship.
have, God bless
I'm
the
happy to
actors,
work
they're
out the
they're incredibly
details with
talented, but they're
your
put under
associate.
circumstances that are not as conducive to really naturalistic acting as say theater actors or film
Welcome to
actors.
the
And so I
Nexus.
kind of feel like sometimes with lines like that, you got to be real
can't
careful
believe how
because
far
the
off track
actor's going to
things
get
have gone.
handed that
It's
line.
bad, but it's not
And
over.
maybe even the VO
Not
director
yet.
doesn't really know what you
Ma'am, the
intended.
Hyperion's core is now online.
So the actor doesn't know what you intended,
Let me show you something.
if that makes sense. I feel like that's one of those lines where like the actor is reading it, not knowing what's
An
actually
hour ago,
expected
that was
from
all
that
done.
line.
But
Yeah.
with the power from your ship,
But even I don't know. I can't imagine a way to say my
You have
face
my
is
vote.
tired and make it sound naturalistic. Like I've never heard that expression
And when the power runs
ever.
out,
you'd best
So-
go talk to Director Tan.
I think maybe it was supposed to be
Make sure that doesn't
humorous.
And don't be shy. Come
But
see me when
Addison's
you
not
have a chance.
humorous at all. So then it would just be like weird for her. Like even if the line came off exactly correctly, it would be weird for her to say something humorous, wouldn't it?
You're right. It's bad writing. I'm not saying it's good writing, but it's like it's bad writing compounded with acting that I won't call the acting bad per se, but it's just like there has to be a connection there between the writer, the director, and the actor, and it's just like it seemed like all three pieces were disjointed and not connected.
Here
This
we
is
go.
the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we've found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
Ooh. These both sound pretty terrible. I'll just go with the
I thought I didn't measure up
professional
as
option.
Pathfinder.
Director Addison keeps her own counsel. I keep mine.
No, a lot of people complain
when you
about like
disagree?
dialogue wheels where
I
like
oversee the entire
the
initiative,
wheel
and I've
option
decided to
says
give you a
like
chance
a
to
small
prove
sentence,
yourself.
but then your character says
To
like
that
a lot
end,
more,
Discouraged Delta
and
is
that
a
like
serious
annoys
problem.
people.
Whatever
But
it
I don't
is,
know. I
our
never
scientists
found a
theorize
huge
it's not
problem
natural.
with that. Like I don't
An artificial energy cloud?
I don't know. Have you had the
It
same
wasn't here
issues
when
or?
we left the Milky Way.
No,
Yeah,
I don't. I'm kind of the same way. I like the explanation that Casey Hudson gave all those years ago, talking about Mass Effect 1, which is just like that's sort of how conversations go. You have an idea of what you're going to say, and then the actual words are something that's close to that.
Mm-hmm.
And now the
Obviously, there's huge dissonance when it's totally the opposite, but I don't think it's ever been totally the opposite often enough that it bothered me. There's some of that in Dragon Age 2, and there's some of that in Mass Effect Andromeda, but it's not terrible.
I think Dragon Age 2 had like Purple Hawk can sometimes be absolutely brutal. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Michael got me water because he's so embarrassed of talking about him. Sorry. Purple Hawk can be brutal sometimes. Like sometimes you want to do the funny option and then they just say something so out there.
It's just way too much. And also I missed the neutral option in Mass Effect 1.
Oh yeah.
The middle option was not smartass option. It was like very measured in the middle, and it's like some of the most well-written dialogue comes from the middle option in Mass Effect 1.
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for EOS will be in the computer.
That was one thing about Inquisition. Like it kind of carried on with the Dragon Age. Like middle option is the smartass option, and sometimes you're like, I don't want any of these.
Something wrong.
But it did have like that emotional wheel, which was new, where it had like the four corners of like the angry one, the stoic one, the cry one, and the confused one or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that was a step in the right direction there.
And you can turn that off.
That's true. Well, the icons, but you couldn't.
Yeah, you can turn off the icons if you don't want to feel like, you know, you're choosing it just based on the icon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I hate stairwells where I accidentally fall off on them all the time.
In real life?
Well, yes, I fall off. In game. Okay, let's go see how our face is tired.
Oh, here we go. So should we give this some space just to let it run on its own?
Yeah, let's see some of that.
I'll be slightly delayed, but...
To who? To whom? And your goddamn father? Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
The animations are definitely a lot better than what it was. At least in that specific conversation.
But I don't want to get into it.
It is improved, though, right? It's so much better.
But like, I feel like it's not
Ryder
the full game. It's just in this particular one and a few others.
We'd never have left
but
home if
it's... I don't know, there's still a bunch of other animation areas. Like, this game has this thing with eye contact, where they'll, like, just... They don't look straight forward, they just, like, look randomly all the time. That drives me insane. I hate that.
It's a bit weird, I'm not going to lie. So great conversation here, Jason Walker and Mo Irwin, on the Renegade Paragon. Jason is saying go Renegade or go home. Mo is saying Paragon or nothing. So what are we saying here, chat? Paragon or Renegade in Mass Effect?
If we don't get a foundation of outposts,
your face has never been
we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out.
I guess I would go Like, I always went Paragon because I'm a Boy Scout.
Why,
or whatever.
I don't trust you.
Well, I about to say I couldn't because I'm not a boy, but never mind. Boy Scouts are letting the girls in. But... Which, like, I know it's controversial, but, like... I guess it kind of shafts the Girl Scouts, you know? Like, if no one likes the Girl Scouts, make the Girl Scouts better. So, I don't know. That's my opinion on it.
Oh, that's a thing. Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm not going to have an opinion on it because the internet doesn't like opinions.
Well, we kind of can just do what we want now. What do we, want to go see? What do we want to go do? Do we want to go talk to, the murderer? I don't really care about him.
I think I skipped that in the last... I think I literally skipped that in my last playthrough. I don't think I ever did the murderer subplot.
Ever? Or just in the last playthrough?
No, in my last playthrough, yeah.
Okay. Speak with the distraught
reports on the militia's current
But Girl Scout cookies are crack and go form. Now that's something we can all agree about. Girl Scout cookies are amazing.
What's your favorite Girl Scout cookies?
The racist one.
What's the racist one?
The Samoas, which you can't call them Samoas anymore.
Oh, yeah, I guess not. Well,
they changed the name of them to something else, but everybody still calls them Samoas, and I'm just like, is anybody who's Samoan offended by that? Because we love those cookies.
What do they call them now? Like coconut?
I don't know.
Circles? I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're phenomenal. Also, I do like the Do-si-dos, the peanut butter ones. Those are phenomenal.
I was always a Tagalog. I love those things. The chocolate peanut butter ones.
Okay.
Those are. Do you not know what I'm talking about? I think they have regional names. Like that's one of the cookies that has a regional name. So I don't know where to find that. Oh, can I check on my brother? Is that a thing I can do yet? Or is that because there was like a bunch of shit in front of the door? Cryo Bay. That's what I want, right? I always get the different places in the ship mixed up.
Lucas is saying Thin Mint. The Phoenix King is saying shortbread. I do like Thin Mints. They're like super popular, but I do gotta say they're not my favorite. But they're good. They're all good. You can't go wrong.
I don't think I've ever had the shortbread ones.
I'll make it right, Dash.
Does this?
Leg's feeling a little better.
Oh, this guy has like a bandage on his head.
The bone didn't break.
Huh.
I'm sure the bastards were getting around.
Hi, brother.
That's not your brother. Oh, wait,
That's my brother.
wait, hold on. There you go. I forgot. I'm slightly behind.
Yeah, sorry.
Damn shame.
Interesting fun fact: the bandages you can put that on if you're poking around in what's it called?
I haven't heard
you
of
can?
he died.
Yeah, Frosty Editor. There's a way to enable that. So yeah.
That'd be kind of cool if like you could retexture that to look like a turban if you want to have like a Sikh character. That'd be kind of cool.
Sure, I think you could.
So.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of those little items that you can actually put on to your character if you mess around in Frosty Editor.
How's my brother?
How's Scott doing?
His condition's stable. I see signs of REM activity in the brain, so he's dreaming. Means all the wiring still works.
How'd this happen?
It was dumb luck, really. We hit the scourge at the worst possible moment, just as the stasis revival was kicking in. It's a vulnerable moment coming out of a 600-year nap.
Does he like? Carlisle like does this like miniature like short shrug like.
Don't worry, I'm on
like a tick or something. I don't know.
Ryder.
Yeah, you're right. Here it is.
Oh, that's all I really wanted to know, Carlisle.
That's all, Harry. Thanks.
Don't be a stranger. If anything changes with Scott, I'll let you know.
Not so smart guy. Yeah, I like the murderer subplot also. I just kind of feel like, especially on my second playthrough, the second time I was playing through it, I thought, the main substance of something like a quest like that, it's good, it's there, but I just kind of feel like the investigative nature of it could have been a little more involved, and it could have given you maybe a more ambiguous ending, so to speak, but I like it.
Where am I supposed to be going? This place confuses me. So, Sam Node. Okay.
Hello, Sarah. Welcome back to Sam Node. I've adjusted my.
I do like the lighting in this place.
The headache you experienced before shouldn't reoccur.
Yeah, Sam Node lighting is incredible.
You said we need to discuss something.
It's one of the best face screenshot opportunities.
On your expedition, it seemed best we speak alone.
I don't
understand. I use that one-mon Dragon Age that zooms in on the face when you talk to them? I do.
What was he trying to hide?
My true capabilities.
Conversation camera zoom. That's what it is.
The implant safety protocols.
I don't know why they made it so far in Inquisition. Like, it really does feel a lot better when you're closer in there, which I think this is why they did it just that way in Andromeda.
I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required. Alec called them profiles.
I never really fucked around with the profiles in this game. Like, I just mostly ignored it. I don't know.
Well, if you do the one mod where you can do quick profile switching so you don't have the cooldown, that's one way to like sort of just basically get past the whole only having 3 powers. I mean, you basically have, way more at that point.
What do you get?
I never really, I guess I just really relied on the turret and a gun. Like, I didn't really use any other powers. So, like, sticking it with 3 was fine
I don't
with me.
follow. You're an AI.
I don't know. I guess I'm just weird with this game.
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience.
I think that they gradually, like Mass Effect 1 had a bunch of powers, and then they did kind of go more towards the, you could have 3 that were hotkeyed in 2 and 3. I kind of felt like it was going more towards that way gradually.
This can be a lesson in itself.
I wish you could be a mage in Mass Effect. There's like the biotics, but I don't know. I didn't really like the biotics.
I mean, it's space magic essentially.
Yeah, but it just didn't feel like space magic,
How so?
He placed a block.
Like it just didn't feel right with me.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was,
I don't know. Maybe you feel differently.
And
I'm thinking, like, I don't know, like I don't know why this came to mind. I had that one screenshot of that I posted on Twitter one time with the flamethrower, and it's just like, it's a flame spell essentially, right? Like it's tech, it's biotics, but why? But it doesn't feel the same. Like even if you throw fire as a mage, but then if you throw fire as a tech, adept, something about it just feels differently, even if you're basically doing the same thing. I don't know. Ooh, Flucus says, what's stronger, biotics or the Force? I'd have to go with the Force, because the Force is sort of unlimited if you think about the most powerful Force users ever.
I don't know Star Wars that well. So, well, they had that Force ghost or whatever. That's a thing. That seems pretty... Like, biotics can't do that. That I know of.
No, for sure.
Whoop. All right, let's go get some Tempest.
Another one of my favorite scenes when you first get the Tempest.
And then you can see all the companions I modded. Woohoo!
I hear it's something special.
Biotic Ghost would be Avina.
Pathfinder en route. How's the ship?
I guess, yeah. Because it's
we won't be long.
Like biotics are just tech-based,
the way things
right?
are going,
so
we'll be on our own out there.
I
In other words,
guess.
we're making this up as we go.
We used to call that tactical improvisation. But at least we'll be doing it in style.
Zoom.
They call her the Tempest.
It's a great score, man. Like the music is just so brilliant in this scene. I love it every time I watch it. It's inspiring, honestly. It makes me love Andromeda, but I can't shake that little feeling of sadness of like, why wasn't it always this good?
Yeah.
Let's pick it up a bit, people.
If you
We're
could
14
change
months
2
late.
things in Andromeda to make it like 100% better, what 2 things would you
So
change?
you're the one who's making everything.
Man, that's a great question. Okay, chat's gonna have to help me on this, but let me think about that for a minute. What 2 things would make the biggest
Initiative
impact?
Wrangler, Provisioner, Gunner, and everything in between.
Do you have a couple that come to mind first for you?
The first one for me,
You're
it would
coming
be
with
like the ability
Yes,
in
otherwise there's
kind
no
of
way
character
they're letting
creator,
the
but then
ship off
also in the rest of the game where if you're making a face, you could change out the features, because that just opens up a whole bunch of opportunities for different looking faces. If you open it up for like the character creator, then you could probably do it for the side characters as well, and so you just get a lot more diversity. And I don't know.
What's the rush?
It feels a lot better. So that would be
Just
one
don't
of
want to
mine.
waste any more time.
Hold it. You're not going anywhere.
Damn it.
Better overarching story. I feel like that's fuck. What's his name?
Is something
Reyes as a
Director
companion
Addison
and a better
was to see a
romance.
complete
That would be
report of
mine.
Tempest
Like,
supplies, munitions,
I think he could add a lot of
Director
interesting
can't
story onto
overrule
the
Addison.
plot.
The ship's loaded out with equipment for outpost.
Mo Irwin
discovery,
says
swirling up
facial
Director
animations and
Addison's
better
program.
overarching story.
Sing
So
around.
I'll say
Bad,
that my
right?
2 are, to be a little more specific than just saying story, I would say a stronger
Came here with a
central
family,
like
didn't
main
you?
storyline, so the main campaign.
Sunstone
Also,
cryo?
just the pacing
I
of
could
it
pull
overall.
some
I've said this
strings,
over and
get 'em
over and
to the
over
front of
again.
the
The way that
line.
they pace out the main story and they try and send you to maybe multiple
Yeah,
planets at once.
really.
It's just, it really, really
Told
breaks
me
up the
wasn't
feel of it.
essential, but I missed him.
So I would say more of a focus on the main
I
story
know.
without
I
having
got family too, Ben.
the ancillary story interrupt it.
It's done.
And then I would really retool the story arcs of the companions. Kind of like I said, it should be less about them being
Part of the job, Pathfinder.
your friend. Or you know what? Actually, let me put it this way.
All things considered, it was an easy
In order to address both of those things,
Right now, you
allow
need people
Ryder a
tearing
little
down
more leeway in how
putting up
he or she deals with people. So you don't have to be friends with all of your companions, and your actual choices in interacting with everyone are more. You know, you can actually choose to be an asshole if you want to. You can choose, just give more choice in the dialogue so that it's not just a different tone, but an actual different substance. I think that would change inherently your companion interactions, but also your interactions with everyone.
Everything's state of the art.
Yeah.
Labs, sensors, exploration.
I like
gear.
that one.
Plus her crew, of course.
Okay,
I
I
would
would.
difference in faces though. That would make a huge difference if there was just more faces in general. The whole game would feel different.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to stick with the faces one, but then go with the how Ryder interacts with the crew.
Drive.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a lot quieter.
That would be.
That's Gil Brody, engineer,
that would be my
mechanic, all-around wrench jockey.
Think about it.
We call this the research room. There's space for upgrading equipment, gathering intel.
Router engaged.
One of the things also that I've said again, like Andromeda actually does better than anything else in the series was the non-squad crew. So like, just the fact that like, I don't know why we never harped on it, right? But in the trilogy, like there's all these nameless people on the Normandy.
Mm-hmm. I
Like,
kind
just
of
people-
liked the faceless people though. Like it, there's a lot of people you need for a crew, you know.
We all came here ready.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess maybe that's why we didn't harp on it. I guess I kind of like the fact that Andromeda, I feel like the story content for Lexi and for Gil and for Suvi and for Callow is stronger than, say, at least in Mass Effect 1, certainly, than, say, for Presley and Adams. And as much as I love Joker, if you look at the actual story content for Joker, it's like 2 conversations in Mass Effect 1. It's not a lot. And I really, like, I think people forget that. Like, most of his character development is in 2 and 3. In Mass Effect 1, there's probably a total of maybe 2 or 3, like, walk up to Joker and ask him about his life, and that's it.
I guess that's, yeah, I guess so. But then maybe this is, I spent 3 games with him, and that's why. But I guess I'm just closer to Chakwas and Joker than I am with, you know, Suvi, that drove me crazy a little bit, and Carrie, who I, like, is Natalie Dormer.
Departure trajectory locked. Nexus control.
Yeah, and Callow, which you said this last time, like, how did you phrase it? Like, but Joker was the, you know, the pilot of the Normandy, and then you get Callow.
I'll be piloting the Tempest at your word.
Yeah, Callow's just nothing even close to it. But, I mean, as far as the content that's there with him, as far as quantity, you know, there's just more of it there. And, like, Chakwas, again, like, I love Chakwas, but again, if you go back and play Mass Effect 1, you can ask her 2 questions about her and 1 question about Caden, and that is it.
I was test pilot for the Tempest.
Like, it does not refresh when you get done with major parts of the story. You can't come back and talk to her. Nothing. And, like, that's stuff that I almost forgot about, because you start to think of the trilogy as one thing, and then you forget that, like, Mass Effect 1 was pretty sparse as far as the crew interactions that weren't your squad mates.
It was optimized for a Pathfinder.
Everything's secure if you're ready.
Is anyone ready for something this big?
I guess we have to be.
All right. Excuse me.
The Phoenix King says Suvi's voice is fucking amazing. My God, yeah, I gotta admit, I do kind of dig on Suvi.
Same. Isn't she Caitlin from Fallout 4?
Lexi's reporting in.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Helm is green.
I thought it was the
Gil
same
reports
actress.
The drive core is online.
This is it, Ryder. The Tempest is yours, unless you've got
Also,
something
I had to
say
change
about
her
Log.
hair because I hate her hair.
I noticed you have some serious Suvi mod going on.
Yeah, I hated her, like, terrible makeup. It was like, sweetie, let me take you to the mall. We're gonna have a makeover. Yeah, I can't handle
that's
it.
Good. That is Elise's mod, right?
I think so. I don't know the modern name very well, but probably.
Nexus control. This is the Tempest.
You know what? Let's make sure. I mean, I think if people go on to the Nexus for Mass Effect Andromeda, if you just type in Elise, E-L-I-S-E, there should be a bunch of stuff, and I think that Suvi one is one of hers.
Now, I did kind of want to go get my monkey, so I'm a little bit upset I couldn't go get my monkey, but whatever. Did you know I accidentally pre-ordered this game?
Wait, you accidentally did it?
Yes. So it's midnight, the date of release, and I was like, man, I kind of want to go play, Andromeda tonight, but I don't want to pre-order it because I don't really believe in pre-ordering. So it's 11:59, and I think it'll take me, like over a minute to get the game. And I guess it's me typing in like my credit card info and all that stuff. I did it under a minute, so I pre-ordered the game like seconds before it was live, and I got the pre-order stuff. Whoops.
Well, there you go. You may not believe in pre-ordering, but you did it.
I did it. Yeah, I kind of felt bad. I was like, oh man, I was talking up this like, don't pre-order because whatever. But like,
what are we hearing, Sam?
I did it.
There is a signal, Pathfinder. I recommend an immediate examination of the
Ooh. I'm a hypocrite.
So yeah, that Subi tweak is Elise with two L's, Ellise.
Oh, it was a birthday present? Aw. This is where I want to go, right?
Signal on Habitat 7. Possible atmospheric manipulation.
There we go. Yes.
That possible?
I don't regret getting it the same day, but, well, I can't do anything else. I kind of miss my old loadout. That's what happens when you... Oh, fuck, I forgot to change my companions. Well, I guess we're going with...
Hope we're all that ready.
Guess we're going with... Not Vetra. Hi,
all
puppy.
Right.
My dog
search
is
area
just...
from Sam. How
you don't normally lay there.
Through the storms, I have
what are you
no
up to?
idea.
Multi-sensory neural collation. Amazing.
Factory fresh across the board. Spinning up the compensators.
You're already tuning the displays.
We'll get a better read on this.
GameStop ended up having a security breach and $2,000 was drained from my bank account. Jesus Christ, that sucks. Oh God.
What?
Oh
A lot
man.
of people have their hopes pinned on us.
Whoa,
They gave up on us.
that's ridiculous.
Can't blame them.
Wow.
Expected a golden world.
I'm sorry.
instead
Yeah,
they
this game was
died.
not worth it for that. Like,
Never know how that
golly. Hopefully you got the money back.
Sorry. You okay?
We didn't come millions of light years to die in a different place. I'm not letting the initiative down.
I have to say I'm a little bit disconnected
Pathfinder,
with what's happening because
Tempest
we've been
checks
talking
out.
through all the
You're good.
cutscenes.
We are dropping down planet side to Eos, is that right?
Yes?
Take us down.
You have no idea how long I've wanted a Pathfinder to say that.
Which, how are we feeling? Do we want to stop here? Do we want to continue on?
I'm good either way. Maybe we can kind of look around EOS a little bit more and go past 2-hour mark, and then we'll see.
You got this.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, good. At least you got your money back. But that's a big old. I don't know. Like anything like with the bank, dealing with the bank is always just a big.
There. Set us down at this nav point.
Like we had a fraudulent charge in our car, but it was like a really small amount. It was really odd. And we try to go through the process of getting that, and that was a headache. So I know I'm biased from GameStop. Yeah. I can't remember the last time I was even in a GameStop.
That's a good point. I can't really remember either.
Oh, you know what? Okay, the last time I got a GameStop was when I freshly about moved here. It was about 3 years ago, and I wanted to buy a discounted version of Animal Crossing Happy Home, whatever it was, Happy Home Academy or whatever.
One of those, yeah.
Yeah, because I love Animal Crossing, but that wasn't an Animal Crossing game, so I wanted to wait till it was on sale, and they had like a cheap one, so that was the last time
getting emergency power, but it's code locked.
Site 1 issued individual security codes. Each outpost self-organizes.
I really love
and
Animal
sets its own
Crossing, but I just want them to do something that's not Pocket Camp.
We can't open it without codes.
But no. Pocket Camp.
These wouldn't last.
I don't know, I'm just really bitter about
They didn't have a
mobile
Pathfinder.
games. Like, I think mobile games should just be
We'll make Eos a home.
stuck with the puzzles. Like,
So you're not excited for Elder Scrolls Blades?
No, or Command and Conquer. Man, so many people, like, I don't know anything
rage.
about Command and Conquer at all. But there's so many people absolutely enraged about it. Have you played the original Command and Conquer? Like, what is it?
So no, I'm not a Command and Conquer fan. I think I played one of them. I know even bringing it to console was kind of controversial at some point, but it's a real-time strategy, and so that just doesn't seem conducive to mobile to me. So yeah, I'm not personally outraged by it, but man, the reaction was incredibly strong.
Oh
Main
yeah.
door had power, but not the interior doors?
I I don't normally watch this stuff, but I was watching Boogie's like he was at E3
R2.
and doing a lot of stuff there, and in one of his vlogs on E3 apparently him and Angry Joe were talking about how they were really going to just like rail and really hate on the Command and Conquer thing, but they actually cut them off before they could start the sentence, so they never got it out live, which is probably exactly what EA wanted, but
Wait, really? So how do we know that they got cut off? So you're saying that the YouTube coverage deliberately stopped them from saying something negative?
Yeah, like they didn't tell them to stop saying things, but in a vlog they were saying that they were talking about a couple things, and before they could start talking about Command and Conquer, they cut off the footage to go switch to something else, so they never got a chance to. But they do absolutely hate Command and Conquer.
Yeah, interesting.
So, and that was in one of his recent vlogs.
I like Boogie. I think Boogie's outstanding as a YouTuber gaming person.
Yeah, I didn't really watch his stuff a lot, but I don't know why. Like, I'm that person that's like, oh, going through a divorce, and I'm like, woohoo, get comfy, here we go. I guess that's why, I train to do what I do, but, I don't know, like, that kind of got me watching his stuff, and it's been, I don't know, nice to, see what he's been doing with the weight-wise, and, his journey through that. So, I'm happy for him. Like, divorce sucks, so, like, that's never really a good thing. Unless you're in an abusive situation, but like I don't know, at least he seems to be doing better.
Yeah, like I just came to his channel. I don't watch it regularly, but I always kind of pop in, particularly if he's taking on a controversial subject, because he's very measured and like pretty rational and logical about the way he approaches things. And then to watch him start to open up more about his personal life, that's been really interesting. I'm kind of glad that he's able to do that and find support in his community, because he seems like a really good dude.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I kind of feel bad when they like say stuff about their personal life, because it seems like there's always like that one asshole that's like, I don't know, just being real angry in the comments, be like, oh, you wouldn't be divorced if you tried harder. I'm like, okay, guys, come on now.
Or multiple assholes, let's be honest.
Now shove off. Find your own salvage.
This scene I always found interesting. Like this guy, this hermit, hanging out.
I'm not a salvager,
I respect
I'm a
him though. Like
pathfinder.
I'd probably do the
He's
same.
come to fix all this.
Call me Clancy. Pathfinder, huh? Like that changes much. The next
he's being independent though.
However much it fails.
Do you watch RPDR? No, don't even. I don't actually know what that is. Maybe I do watch it. I just don't know it by that name. Do you know what that is, Jordan? Or
you turn the power relay back on.
No, I don't. Not off the top of my head.
Is it smarter to hide and hope, or take a chance that might save this whole planet?
I remember when people used to talk like that. Okay.
Whatever it is, if I watch it, I'm a very casual fan, and I don't recognize the name. Oh, Lord.
Expect trouble when we start the generators.
There's one right here, right? Yeah.
RuPaul's Drag Race. No.
Oh, nah. I don't have cable.
There's an error in the startup sequence. Manual input required.
Damn it.
I like I don't know, like a lot of
hackable input location.
I'm gonna say stereotypically girly shows. I just not really into. Like I'm not into like the Kim Kardashian, the Project Runway. I don't know. I just never really got into that.
I just don't watch reality television.
I don't normally either. Usually, if I'm watching reality television, it's more about like the slightly more realistic stories. Like I was watching a lot of 600-Pound Life, a lot of the TLC stuff. That's kind of odd. It's less about like I feel like the Kim Kardashian show or whatever is more like drama that's faked. And like I'm sure like 600-Pound Life and TLC shows are also faked, but at least it's like fake to agree where it's believable to me. So.
I don't remember what the exact wording of this meme is, and I'm sure whoever wrote it had actual funnier examples, but it was just the idea of like the house hunters type, reality shows
Mm-hmm.
where they were just like, like, how is this possible? Where they get two people who are just like, hi, like, I do interpretive dance and my husband collects pencils. Our budget is 1.5 million. It's like they always find some goofy people, and like they don't seem to have very profitable livings, but they're buying really expensive houses.
Yeah, like, oh man.
It just all seems really made up.
Probably they're just like some pretty people that got paid to be in the thing.
Yeah.
And that's how they did it. Oh, I should send out my boy. I'm really bad with keyboard commands. Oh, I'm pressing 3. That's why it's not working. All right.
Favorite E3 presentation? I thought, honestly, Sony did the best job. I thought that their gameplay demos, particularly with Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us, were stellar. Spider-Man also looked really good.
I'm trying to think of what my favorite one was. I kind of enjoyed the Ubisoft one just because, like, I really enjoyed the tech fuck-ups. I know
those are fun. Those
yeah,
are fun.
like, I guess that was the one I had the most fun in. Yeah, probably Sony had... No, I don't know. The Microsoft one was pretty good, I thought. If that's the one I'm thinking
take
of.
whatever you like.
What was...
Word of advice, though. If that signal of yours is out past the perimeter...
Mo Irwin says the Elder Scrolls teaser. Yeah, I think a lot of people really liked Bethesda. We got to at least know that Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 are coming out.
I'll take another look.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that doesn't impress me. Like, oh, we're working on Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, I mean, probably you did. I could have told you that. But, like,
yeah, exactly.
They didn't give us anything except for a pretty landscape. That's probably going to change. I don't want to buy anything. Change between now and then anyway. You know what? I just realized I haven't leveled up at all, and I have like 3 levels, so I should probably do that. But yeah, I got no points. Okay. So I just not really into it, I guess. I'll be more excited when they give us like a solid name or literally anything else.
Yeah, at least the location. Like everybody's maybe saying Valenwood, but then that landscape doesn't really look foresty. So then some people were like, is it a somewhat grassy area of Elsewhere? And I don't know. Like people are trying to do so much guesswork over that one little teaser.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. Why am I still in combat mode? That's not the button. I'm really bad with it. I'm not looking at the keyboard. Let's see. No, fuck it. All right.
Power restored. We should have access to everything in Site 1 now.
Flucus, I agree. On the new direction of Assassin's Creed, I'm playing Origins now. I like the changes, so I hope more of that. Not so smart guy. I hope for Argonia. Argonia would be interesting for Elder Scrolls. Not my top pick. I would love to see Valenwood or Elsewhere, but yeah, Argonia would be interesting.
Let's not forget what else happened on Habitat 7. This is powerful.
I know nothing about the Elder Scrolls series, so I can't even.
Go slow. For sure.
Is one of the places really named Elsewhere?
Radiation levels beyond
yeah, but it's spelled differently. But yeah, essentially. So here's the good breakdown if you're a non-Elder Scrolls lore. Elsewhere, desert. Argonia, swamps.
Well,
Valenwood, forest.
Come on. You better find
I would go forest then, if I had to choose.
Yeah.
Now the power is restored, we can investigate the nearby buildings.
Land of the cat people. I kind of want to go talk to some crew members and avoid getting PB for the moment. So I'm going to go run back to the ship.
Oh, Hammerfell. That's right. Actually, it may actually be...
I've heard good things about that Black Flag. So...
Yeah, Corey Koo, but that's an interesting point, actually. AC lost to me at Black Flag also. But then when I replayed the series, Black Flag's amazing, so give it another shot for sure.
All clear.
Michael's throwing down the shade of Assassin's Creed games.
Oh, snap.
I think that was the only one you played, though, wasn't it?
Was looking for you.
Did you play another one? I know your roommate played, we watched him play the I don't know the names, but the Italian ones. I think that's the first one, isn't it? When they're in Italy.
These are the Pathfinder's quarters.
Oh, I got a bedspread mod
Sam's
because I'm
router is
that
down
person.
there, too.
But all right, let's. All right, I like the Under Armour look, so that's what I'm gonna be using for casual. Yeah, let's fuck with these colors a bit. I kind of like the. I want to go with like a blue theme for her. I'm gonna go with like a.
Oh, that looks cool.
Like a
light blue.
Oh fuck! I hate this color picker.
Yeah, it's terrible that they never just let you input, especially with a keyboard, like the exact numbers, or just give you set colors. You know.
Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Here we go. Oh, well, I was gonna say show off my tattoo, but I don't have my my fun suit yet for some reason. Let's. Do we want to go get the monkey? Or actually, no, the monkey's kind of annoying. Who do we want to talk to? Who should we talk to?
Can you drop by the biolab?
Apparently, it's Cora. Actually, she wants to go talk to me.
Oh, let's go talk to Cora.
Place you found. Clean air, plants, helps me think.
Something on your mind?
Maybe.
Your biotics always do that when you're maybe stressed?
I got it. I'm good.
Let's have a bitch fight with Cora right in the biolab.
I don't normally lose it like that. A huntress should have better control.
Oh, here we go.
Huntress?
Oh, snap.
Another term for an Asari commando. I was one, before the initiative. Some things stick, though. Like losing the old man.
I don't want to ask these questions.
I know it's not the same, but I'm a good listener.
I hope you're as good at being Pathfinder. I said I wouldn't get in the way, and I meant it. But I prepped for years as your father's second. Then he chooses you? An untrained Pathfinder and all this mess to fix? The hell was he thinking?
Is this going to be a problem, Cora?
I don't want a rival. Just answers. It's done. Best I can do now is be your second. Keep your father's mission alive. Then maybe we'll all get what we came out here for.
Ooh, should we flirt with Cora? I didn't even think about romances. I mean, we can't romance Cora, so I'm just gonna roll.
You, me, side by side? I like the sound of that.
A commando friend said something like that once.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to at least. Like, I don't know if I've ever done that option with female writer.
However admirable they might be.
So
I said I'd still take a bullet for her. We were a team. Look, there's still the mission. A lot of dreams to fulfill.
Even if we
That was an awkward flirting moment there.
Working hard was never my
Yeah,
problem.
there's a lot of those, unfortunately, with Andromeda.
I've watched through all the romances except for Suvi's, just because there's that one scene that's so awkward I can't physically handle it. Like I just.
The initiative was meant to be different.
It's bad.
Will be different if this mission succeeds. So I'm seeing it through. It's quiet in here. I can keep the plants watered while I work. First job, see if there's any news on the Asari Ark. If they made it, we could use some Asari expertise.
Who do you think I should romance
if
we
wanna
continue
talk,
this through?
I'll be here.
Like, I'm partial to Jal/Reyes, but I'm
We
open
call this
to...
the research room. You can run research.
I think
projects
Reyes
and
is
coordinate with
probably the
Nexus
most. Well, I mean,
here.
Jal's pretty popular also, but I would go Reyes, honestly.
I'm not complaining. Let's go introduce herself to Gil, even though he kind of creeps me out a little bit.
What? I like Gil.
It's something with his relationship with Jill is just so strange. Like,
Slumming it, huh?
okay, I guess I was
riff
okay
on
with
right
it
now.
until, like, if you watch his romance, he, like, Or no, I think it's friendship too, where like, oh, I'm gonna go impregnate my friend or whatever. That's weird.
Hey, this is the most important part.
Is that a thing people do? Like, hey, I really want a baby, and I, know you're gay, but like, can like, I have your child? Like, I don't.
I can
and like, isn't it implied they do it the old-fashioned way, or is it through technology? I don't know. Like that just.
For now. It just feels
weirds
good to
me
be
out
stretching
a little
our wings,
bit. I don't know.
Locked in
Yeah, I mean, if they're if they're executing that plan traditionally, that's a little weird. But just Gil's personality, I like him. He's kind of a realist kind of a dude. I take every time I take his side with Callow. I could never side with Callow ever.
Kind of feel it, do it. Not a lot of close ties. No real sense of purpose. Figured
and our
maybe I'd find my
romance.
true
Oh
calling in
no.
Andromeda. Then I got here and oops, I just made a decision. There's no
Bolus
turning back
romance?
from. I was going nuts on that station. You can't know how jazzed I was when you showed up.
I don't want to flirt with Gil. Okay.
You mean how jazzed you were that a Pathfinder showed up?
Tomato, potato. You just keep pointing this ship wherever you want it to go, and I'll make
Man,
sure
these eyelashes are just luscious, aren't they?
They're crazy, yeah.
Yeah, I regret that.
On Gil also.
Yeah, wow. If we ever go back to this game, that's going to mysteriously disappear. Boop. Let's go talk to Levetra.
Oh, hey, Pathfinder.
The Pathfinder's there? Let me say hi.
Fine, but don't embarrass me. Ryder, this is Sid, my sister. Sid, Ryder.
Let me guess. Little sister?
Who are you calling little?
Look, kiddo, gotta go.
Wait, Ryder, I just wanted to know if...
I wonder what she was going to ask.
So I know it feels like I just jumped aboard your ship without explanation.
Did Fiona have weird eyelashes? I don't remember Fiona that well.
Now's as good a time as
I've
any.
been rereading The Calling recently, and it just it bugs me how different Fiona is described in the book. Like she looks completely different in the book.
Yeah, that's true.
Better, I know how to get my hands on them.
It's weird.
With me around, your crew's
like, why did
going
they
to be
change
at
it?
their
Did they not
best.
know? I don't know.
We've been failing for months, Ryder.
Maybe they forgot.
Now that we have you, we have a chance out here.
Wow, that's some laser focus.
Yeah? Was it too much? Some people get intimidated.
I'm not just some people. I really like the intensity.
That's good. It's nice to feel appreciated.
See, that was a smooth line. That
I
was
should
much
track
better
down the lead
compared
for
to
Gil's actuators.
Cora's.
Back channels,
but-
you know. We'll chat later?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think you're right. With Vetra, it works a little bit better. But the one thing that still bothers me with this, even though I like some of the crewmates, in particular Vetra, but the thing that I mentioned earlier, where it's like every single time you're talking to someone, it's like they're putting on their best competition for the best squad mate award. Does that make sense? Like every time you talk to someone, especially in the first conversation, it's like, all right, like Vetra's the coolest squad mate. Here she goes. I just get like this subtle feeling of that every time I talk to all of them, where I'm just like, how come there's not one that's like, even though I didn't particularly like Sarah in Inquisition at times, it was kind of interesting how like she doesn't give a fuck about the Inquisitor. Or in some cases she doesn't. Like she was just not trying to gain approval or be the coolest one there.
Happy to have you, Dr. DePero.
I'll do my best. Now, hold still.
Ow.
Sorry.
Man, through the armor.
I remember you having a gentler touch.
Still trying to get my bearings. Thought I'd be waking up colonists, not taking care of the Pathfinder.
Being nervous means you understand what's at stake.
That's the problem. I always hoped to work in the field, but everything's happening so quickly.
Focus on the positive. It helps.
I guess this is my opportunity to study alien species firsthand. Getting a Ket specimen aboard the Hyperion would be difficult, but here...
Do we ever give her a Ket specimen?
A Ket corpse. For autopsy.
Yeah, well, there's one that's in there, yeah.
I'm not greedy.
Why do you care about the Ket?
Harry didn't tell
There's
you?
one in the lab for sure. I don't know if they ever really mention it that much, but yes.
My thesis on Krogan virility and aggression is what got me in the initiative.
I had no idea. I'd love to hear more. Over dinner, maybe?
Oh. Thing is, Ryder, you're not my type.
What's your type?
Not a patient. I need to be able to look at you clinically without distractions.
Am I distracting?
So we get when we get
Not
the
nearly
most
as much
shy.
as you think you are. But we were discussing the cat.
Yes,
An
there it
autopsy
is.
could
Thanks,
teach us
Lucas.
potential
Yeah, that's what I was
weaknesses,
thinking of.
average lifespan.
Right.
Just something to think about. Sam, make sure the Pathfinder eats her
Also, I like
vegetables.
Lexi kind of not being available romantically. I mean, it's, whatever. Some players are like, oh, I wanted to romance Lexi, but I think that's a nice little wrinkle to a character. Not everybody, not all of them should be about how you can romance them.
Yeah, I would also feel weird romancing my doctor. Like, you're really not supposed to do that. Like, doctor code that's, like, extremely... Oh, this is the, I didn't mean to go into this menu. Oh, man, it's gonna take a minute. Like, that's a really big no-no for doctors. And, like, I would feel really weird trying to get her to violate that,
That's another good point, yeah.
So, if anything, that just made me respect her. I think if she was romanceable, that would make me uncomfortable. So... Or if she was romanceable, have some sort of, like, go-to of, like, she's not the only doctor on the ship, and so the other doctor's your doctor, or something like that.
But then again, it's not like, I mean, granted, it has less of a real world implication, but like, Grey Wardens probably shouldn't do that. I mean, if you're Shepard and you're the commander of your crew, you really shouldn't be doing that either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's exactly why Michael didn't romance anyone in the Mass Effect series. So, like, he went through all 3 games. Actually, I think you accidentally romanced Ashley. Yeah, he's nodding head, and he didn't like it. But,
Well, also, I mean, like, Liara throws herself at you in Mass Effect 1. I mean, it's like you have to be really active in, like, stiff-arming Liara, because she's just really friendly.
Where did Oh, Liam's downstairs. I missed over Liam. Boop, boop, boop.
Pathfinder Ryder to engineering. Repeat.
Hello,
Ryder
Joe.
Hey, Joe. What's up, man? Nice to see you here.
Pathfinder, help me with something? I know, not exactly standard. Gotta make the space comfortable.
Joe, I'm planning to do an in defense of Andromeda for this
giving up the
year.
60
Yeah, I
seconds,
like, if everyone hasn't
Someone
seen Joe,
brought this
the
to
Alternative
Andromeda?
Gamers channel, I like his
It
content.
was new when we left. It's been a hard year. So, finally time for that beer? And after 2 years and a dozen suspensions, I took a lateral promotion out of the force. Being a cop just didn't fit. But crisis
Liam's
response,
casual outfit
digging
mod that you
people out of
have,
trouble,
I don't know why,
that
I
worked.
feel like it fits.
I bet
That's what I thought
Being
too.
in a uniform.
Think about your Alliance days much?
I put it behind me after Dad's work went sour.
For a while
It
there, I
was
also had
long time
Cora in like a
600 years, give or take.
an Asari outfit
So,
or whatever from the
Pathfinder.
game, but like it glitched
Why
into her
Andromeda?
neck, so I decided not
that
to.
blunt, huh?
That good.
Oh, I think I've seen that one. I think I've seen that mod where it's, yeah, like the Asari style Under Armour.
I'm looking for moments like this with people like you.
Like, it was a fine mod. It just glitched into her neck a little
You
bit.
don't know me yet. Still an answer, though. Something far from home.
Joe, thanks. I appreciate
Back at
that.
you,
Thank you,
Costa.
sir.
Why do you come?
Not so
I want
smart
to
guy.
say
Liara's
I'm running
crush
from a
bothers me
past
more
of
than
relearning for
Cullen's. Is
myself.
Cullen
That'd be a
super
great
strong about his crush?
Not really. Like I just actually made a video on Colin
But
where I
it's
kind of
bullshit.
defend the
I
crush
had
thing
family,
because like
friends,
it's
a good enough
not
job, nothing was wrong.
that
I just heard about
strong
the
really
initiative
because
and
it's only in Origins and like
I believed in it.
the amount of
I
it
believed in
is
it
like
in the
you
beginning.
talk to him and he's kind of
Still do.
nervous sounding. And
I have
then if you call him out like, "Hey, let's
We're
go
in
meet
it.
in the back room," he's like, "Oh no!" And he like literally just runs away, and that's the entire Colin crush arc.
He's a bit of a
But-
schoolboy, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and he even says like, "Oh, it's inappropriate for me, like us to do anything because I'm in your charge," and so
We can't go back, but
he
we're not
leaves.
trapped
Like
by
I don't know, I
decisions
thought
of
that was
galaxy
entirely
behind us.
appropriate. Like he obviously
I
has a
don't feel
crush.
trapped.
Well, okay, there is
Came from a good
also
place
when
for
you
good
when you go
reasons.
back to the Mage
Keep
Tower,
that in mind, Auster's
if you
life,
play
fight
a
back in
female
crisis
mage,
response. Remember the essentials.
you know, he
A
keeps
new
talking
start
about
guided
like,
by the
oh,
Pathfinder.
you know, again, this is
And
another
bust my tail to make that good story.
mirage by the blood mages taking the only thing I ever wanted but couldn't have and using it against me. But like, I don't know, like I don't think that's that inappropriate. Like he genuinely thought you were not there, and like he's not acting on the impulses, you know. He's just saying like, oh, like this. It was just a thought I had, and you're using it against me. I don't know. It never bothered me. I don't know.
Yeah, I like Cullen. Cullen's he's like a stand-up dude.
Yeah, I like he makes mistakes. Like he definitely like has a really like after the trauma, he has like a really, bad image of mages and whatnot. But like he admits them and he does try, and I think that's like, you don't have to like Colin. Like I just think that saying that he's perverted for mages and stuff like that's a little overboard. Which I'm not saying the person who said that there is saying that, but that's just something I've heard. I do want to get that pie jack eventually. Who's proud to be here? Costa. Okay.
Can't be worse than the Nexus.
So.
Yeah, Liara's crush was almost like she worshipped Shepard. Yeah, that was the weird thing about Liara is like she was just instantly obsessed with Shepard.
Yeah, I do remember being uncomfortable with Liara. Where I wasn't uncomfortable with Colin, it was more just like an awkward guy, like whatever. But Liara, I think, almost tried to like push it. What I remember, like it's been like quite a while since I played the game, but it felt like to not flirt with Liara, I felt like I was being mean to her, No,
you had to. That's actually something that I've basically, if you pick the just nice responses, you will end up in a relationship with Liara.
Yeah,
right. So you have to at some point tell her this is a strictly professional
coordinating
relationship, and then she starts calling you commander only. If you don't do that, you'll get the romance scene with her.
Mm-hmm. All right. Once you go blue, nothing else will do. I do think the people who made Mass Effect really wanted you to romance Liara. Like, the romance scenes for Liara are just, like... There's a lot more of them, I felt like.
I think she's sort of considered, like, the community says that she's the canon romance, etc. It's great to romance Liara. I mean, I've done that playthrough. That works, too. But,
The initiative only built a few. This must be what Clancy meant.
Once you go blue, nothing else will do. Yeah, well,
Forward
one way.
stations act as emergency resupply
Tally is also
checkpoints.
nice. Like, I couldn't
Several
romance
are
Tally because I played a girl, but Tally's my girl.
Let's find a good spot.
Phoenix King says Tally's my girl. Joe says I love romancing Jack. Jack is an interesting one. I really that is one that if you haven't tried, it's interesting. You should go for it.
No good. The forward station should have the access code once we call it down.
I think I might I'm getting kind of tired of this game, I'll be honest. So I think after I call down this way station, we might call it a quits. What do you think?
I was actually going to say, like, once you get the Nomad, that's a good stopping point, because otherwise it just gets way too wide open after that.
Yeah. All right, so now we can go call the Nomad.
Forward station supplies are intact.
Downloading Nomad crate access code.
All right.
I mean, this has been super fun. I know you've been doing a little bit of streaming for your patrons, which is cool. The only times I've attempted to stream, I've never left them up on the channel. It's just, I like, a two-person thing is way better because I think it's kind of a better mix of, it almost feels kind of like the podcast, to be honest.
It does, yeah. One day, I don't know if you want to continue doing this. I'd be up for it, but I know, it's kind of hard, we all have other duties outside of this, so we'll talk about it, I guess.
Yeah, so TBD, maybe we'll do more streams. And although I honestly don't, I mean, you tell me if you feel differently. I don't know if Andromeda is really the best thing, because I kind of feel like we're going to end up harping on it. Either The Witcher or Pillars of Eternity, I think would be really cool.
We'll talk about it, because I don't, this might be something I do on my own, but maybe I'll give, updates on Twitter or something like that, or we'll talk about it from time to time, but, yeah, we'll try something else. So, all right. Well, I even though I just saved, I'm going to save again because whatever. But all right, I'm going to exit to desktop. Thank you guys so much for coming out and for our 1 year. We've been doing this for a whole year. Can you believe that? Holy crap.
Yeah, and it's been really awesome. Thank you everybody who's been watching, and especially those of you who've been watching, pretty early on, or if you're new, if you're just becoming a listener of the podcast, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much. And do you want to give the closeout? Should we do a different closeout on here than the podcast?
No, because then we have to come up with one.
Well, we're not going to be playing Dragon Age every time, which I guess we don't talk about Dragon Age every time, so I don't know.
I mean, so what should we do? We should tell people where to find us and then do a closing?
I mean, well, they know where to find you at least. We're on your channel.
I don't know what, I'm confused. What do we do? How do we close? Penises, stormtroopers.